Well, let me tell you something, brother. Welcome back to Fog Wrestling, and today we've got a big retrospective looking at the month of February 2003. A lot of great Raws, a lot of great SmackDowns. We've got the epic No Way 2003 pay-per-view. What a match card, what a theme song, but more importantly, it's live, baby. They say everything's bigger in Texas. Turns out everything and everyone looks like good old JR. Cowboy hats, beer, barbecue sauce, rattlesnakes, scorpions, all that good stuff. Eric Bischoff's on the hunt for Stone Cold Steve Austin's house. You think, considering the guy has been in the company for like the past 6 years, 7 years, I know he's left in the mid-2002, you think they would know where he lives, wouldn't you? But that would make for a good storyline if he just typed it into the GPS. He has to go searching around Texas. Good old Texas.
Yeah, what surprised me was Bischoff actually went to what he believed to be Austin's house, and it was some guy who knew Austin, but said Austin wasn't home right now. It's like, who the hell was this guy?
This is Derry. I don't know, who is this guy? He looked pretty old. He looked like JR.
That made more sense if Deborah answered the door.
I'm pretty sure Deborah at this stage is divorced. It's charge of battery.
That's true, actually.
I mean, if she answered the door, it'd probably be
maybe the basement door or something, the cellar door, you know.
Sporting two black eyes or something. Anyway, right. We've got Bischoff. He's tried to reach Chief Morley. Morley's in charge of Raw for the night. But Bischoff's like in the middle of the fucking desert here. The middle of the Texas desert, damn it. I like this. You know what, it's something different. As touched upon off camera. Could Adam Pearce make this work? Not a fucking chance. Adam Pearce would stick it like a sore thumb, man. Guy absolutely sucks. And talking of absolutely sucks, Test and Stacy Keibler kick off Monday Night Raw. A wee segment here with these two, Christian and Jericho. I didn't dig this. I thought this was quite pish.
Can you dig it, sucker?
I didn't like it.
Right, Test says that Stacey is more forgiving than him, and if Jericho doesn't come out and apologise, he's going to kick his ass. Jericho comes out, he's got a new Don't Be an Ass Clown t-shirt. Jericho says, look, there's more important things to worry about tonight than some dumb apology, like his number one contenders match. And Jericho says he's got over it, and Test should do the same. I mean, I agree. See, if it's an accident, then why do you need to apologise?
Yeah, I think Jericho's work and Christian's work's fine. I mean, Stacey didn't really do much, to be honest, but it's like Test. I don't know. It's just, I don't know, it just came across as fucking a bit lame to me.
Yeah, Test gives Jericho a 5 count to come to the ring, but by the count of 5, it's Christian that sneaks up, attacks Test. Stacey gets knocked over. Looks like she bounced her head off the audio speakers in the corner, so don't know if that was intended or not. Christian then goes to beat up Stacey, but Test gets up and beats up Christian while Jericho, he's like, screw this shit, don't want none of this, and he heads to the back. So that's it, really. Test and Stacey leave the arena and go back to the hotel, and the King's like, yeah, get Stacey out of harm's way. What was the point of bringing her to the show then, really?
Yeah, it's just a bit cringe. Like, Test talking the good game.
Why not just come yourself, Test?
And then, like, no, but the way he floored the arena, it was as if, like, Christian and Jericho were fucking hunting them down with, like, you know, shot-off shotguns or something. Wasn't going down that way, but anyway, they flee. Backstage, we've got Kane, Rob Van Dam, Chief Morley. Chief Morley's like, it was good that you two had a wee bit of a problem last week, you know, retreating masks and all that good stuff, Kane. How about you take each other on tonight in a singles match? Who will win? We'll have to wait and see. But we've got the Dudley Boys against 3 Minute Warning, who've got a brand new theme song, brand new gear. I'm wondering where's Rico. Turns out Rico's the referee, is what Chief Morley's twisting the knife into the big stomach of Bubba Ray. Would definitely get lost in there. They end up losing, the Dudleys, because of course Rico's not going to count the 1, 2, 3. I think at this stage, 3 Minute Warning, the 3 minutes are up. It's time to say sayonara.
I tell you what, there may be 3 minute warning, but it certainly wasn't a 3 second pinfall. That's for sure. One of the fastest counts I've ever seen for Rico. But don't worry, Spike Dudley comes out, evens up the numbers. Bubba then puts Rico through a table. And I mean, that seems like the obvious step here. 6-man tag team table match, similar to Survivor Series, but
yeah, but that was like 3 months ago. We're in February. That was in November. We're not moved on for that.
I know, but you know what? You're getting the real Dudleys now, aren't you? Instead of the Dudleys, the fake Dudleys and Jeff Hardy. So,
yep.
I'm all for having that match and put it to the back of the line or whatever. Texas, we have Bischoff limo driver. They're trying to discuss how to get to Austin's house, so we got that. Bischoff just desperate to find Austin. We then get Triple H coming out to interrupt Tommy Dreamer. Dreamer wanted a match. He ain't getting a match, and Triple H attacks Dreamer and then says, "This is the greatest evolution you'll ever see. Ric Flair, the greatest of all time, a living legend." Triple H then talks about himself, saying how he's the best and all that stuff. He's the current man. He's the game. Nobody wants to play him. Then he talks about Batista and his power and his potential, and then he puts over Randy Orton, saying he's second generation and the wrestling flows through his veins. He's got wrestling blood in him, and that was Triple H then saying that this is evolution. So, yeah, I mean, decent promo, not great, but I mean, it was alright. Triple H basically here confirming that they are now an official group.
Right, seeing I've seen this promo like a million years ago, who would have thought that Tommy Dreamer was the guy to actually kick it off? And I predict it, when the Evolution came out, was Tommy Dreamer going to get one bit of offense in? No. He goes for a swing, misses, goes for another swing, gets speared into oblivion by Batista, then it's a beatdown. Yeah, I like Evolution. We said earlier, like a week ago on this timeline, it was like the prototype, the beta version of Evolution. This is the real Evolution. So yeah, I'm enjoying Evolution so far. Ric Flair needed it. Triple H needed it. I think they were beginning to get a bit stale with just the two of them after Ric Flair got regenerated, brother. But yeah, a bit of young blood in there, and they're going up to the box seats where they're partying like the Horsemen. Oops, I mean Evolution. We dig there for the online world of wrestling. They really hate Triple H and his big nose, don't they?
Yeah.
They've got a hard on for him. I mean, the Reign of Terror is not the greatest thing of all time, but what do they want for Triple H?
You know what it is? See, online world of wrestling, at the time they're burying Triple H, but I mean, I've got no doubt that right now, online world of wrestling have their nose jammed up Triple H's arse crack.
Absolutely. Talking of big things, we've got the Scott Steiner, we got the muscles. Terry asked Steiner what's he going to do about Chris Jericho. Sounds like Hulk Hogan here, but then he flexes his biceps. Oh, how they've always helped me. They always take care of business. My money is on Scott Steiner to win tonight. We'll have to wait and see. But the limo in Texas pulls up outside Scott Steiner's house. Well, at least Bischoff thinks it's Scott Steiner's house. Some old guy answers the door. Sounds like JR. Kind of looks like JR. He tells him you'll find Austin in the Longhorn Saloon in town. You can just picture this saloon. It's got the old saloon doors that they used to have in the cowboy movies. But yeah, Bischoff running around like a fucking loser trying to get Austin while Stephanie just made a phone call and the Hulkster and Rock appeared.
Yeah, Bischoff having to get Austin the hard way. SmackDown getting two of the biggest stars of all time the easy way.
Yeah, I mean...
Doesn't seem like a fair trade.
It almost seemed... Like, obviously it's all scripted. Oh, lo and behold, it's scripted. What do you mean, Fog Wrestling? But it actually looks like, from the outside in, it was real. It looks like McMahon's trying to, like, purposely, make his daughter look good by getting Rock and Hogan on his show while Bischoff can't even get fucking Austin back, even though I know McMahon's obviously going against Hogan. But it's up next. Non-title match. Victoria taking on Molly Holly. Victoria picks up the win. Jazz comes out. Jazz just bores me, man. I'll be perfectly honest. Starts like beating up Molly Holly. Victoria then tries to stop Jazz. They start looking at each other because, you're beating her up, but I want to beat her up. And then bloody Steven Richards gets into the ring. They all look at each other. Jazz then shoves Victoria down. DDT's Molly Holly. So yeah, is Jazz eliminating all the competition to get to Victoria? It looks so. Victoria against Jazz is just a match that doesn't fucking interest me.
No.
Mainly because Jazz is in it.
Yeah, well, I think you could argue Jazz against anybody doesn't really interest you, but I mean, I guess with Trish you've got the baby face or whatever, so it's like, but yeah, I mean, I've just never really liked Jazz.
No.
I remember when she first debuted it, and you had Paul Heyman trying to make a big deal about how she's this powerhouse, how she was so dominant, but I just don't think people really give a shit about Jazz. In my opinion, I've never cared about Jazz. I look at this era of wrestling, and I'm thinking about the females that were in this era, and Jazz would have to be one of my least favourite, just one that I just never cared about. When I compare everyone else, in terms of the ones that were wrestling, it's just never really took an interest in Jazz.
No, never did. Just too fucking boring. She would suit this current era,
where you
Oh,
can't
she would thrive. I mean, Jazz, I'm sure she'd love to wrestle Shayna Baszler and Natalya and Zoe Stark. I mean, she'd be great in this current era, but in this era in 2003, when you need it more than just be a fucking wrestler, she didn't have it.
But see, I like Paul Heyman. I think some of his decisions in the past have been great, but when he whips her out of 2001 Survivor Series, he probably thinks McMahon did Jazz dirty by not really pushing her for like the foreseeable future. Like, see putting the belt on Punk at the Chamber in '06, that makes sense to me. It does. See fucking trying to push this boring bastard Jazz doesn't make any sense. Anyway, Goldust and Booker T.
It's a risk, though, that Punk thing.
It's a risk.
And sometimes you need to take risks, but I can understand why McMahon shot that down.
Goldust tells Booker T he needs to take a risk. Forget about this gay little tag team.
Let's be honest. Can you see why McMahon would want to go with Bobby Lashley over Punk?
Yeah. No, I can, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Bobby Lashley's the big guy. The almost tested sort of guy. He's groomed him.
Look at Bobby Lashley, right? When he's standing in the ring with Cena and Batista and Taker's picking his opponent. He doesn't look out of place.
No. But
you can't tell me that CM Punk wouldn't have looked out of place.
He would have looked out of place, but Goldust thinks he looks out of place in the main event scene, so he tells Booker to dig it up there. If we don't win the tag titles, you can go your own way. We then cut to the box seats. We've got Evolution. Damn it, this is what Online World of Wrestling says. Batista and Orton sneak a peek up the waitress's dress like they were 12 years old. So, are Batista and Orton the 12-year-olds, or the waitress 12-year-old? Obviously, but they're trying to imply that Batista and Orton are the 12-year-olds. But yeah. We've got Evolution Party in here.
This is Online World of Wrestling. We're getting something that isn't in ring. We're getting something that's a little bit Oh, look at that! There's grown men liking hot, attractive women. Let's bash it. And that's all that this is.
Yeah, and it's pathetic. We want flippy dippy wrestling. Like even back, it's fucking bizarre. This guy's been spouting this pish since we've started these reviews. It's bizarre to me that even back in 2002, you had these sad little fucking men on their Windows Vista, or what the fuck you called it back then, typing away like losers.
It's just mad though that when wrestling was good, people still wanted to watch Ring of Honor and shit over WWE.
Yeah, no, it's bizarre, but the bizarre one is out next with Booker T taking on Lance Storm and Willie Regal. Lance Storm shoves Goldust into Booker T, which allows Storm to pick up the victory, and then Booker T kind of does like a goodbye message to Goldust. Then they embrace in the ring. Good wee moment. Is this the end of the team, though? Like, officially?
Well, right now it is, because Goldust is leaving. He's done.
He's leaving, but Bischoff can't leave Texas. He arrives. Instead of ordering, like, whiskey or beer, he starts ordering all these wussy drinks.
Gay drinks?
I can't... What was he ordering? Like, sex on the beach or something?
It was like a cocktail or something like that.
Would Bischoff really drink cocktail? I think it's just to make him look pathetic. No, I don't get right. I think there's this thing in like American culture where it's like Texans are like, oh, these hard lads that drink all this beer. But seeing like the UK, it's just like that's what people would just drink fucking anyway. I don't think so.
No, people in the UK just drink like.
Yeah, it's like...
No, see, nobody in the UK thinks they're tough for drinking. It's just like a culture thing. You drink, but in America, like with Texas, is almost like, yeah, we can drink beer. We're tough. It's like.
Yeah, no, you always see the memes where, like, Americans, they come to Britain or, like, Germany and they're like, why are they drinking at, like, 2 o'clock in the afternoon? But it's like, that's
what they do.
I don't know, Americans are weird, man, anyway.
Well, it's not what they all... That's what the wasters do, I guess.
Yeah, but
even then...
But it's normal on a Saturday for people to be drinking at that time.
Even people on their lunch break maybe go to the... I don't know, drinking's just a big thing in the UK.
Yeah, but in Texas, like... Bischoff's made it to be this fucking, like, alien. But it's just weird. Anyway, he says, I'm looking for Stone Cold Steve Austin. He points to this picture. The bartender's like, yeah, I took a picture of Stone Cold Steve Austin. He went to the Silver Dollar or something. So Bischoff gets up and leaves. He takes the beer with him. Anyway, we've got Kane versus Rob Van Dam. The match doesn't go very long because out comes Jeff Meth Hardy. He runs down, he causes a disqualification, he slaps Kane across the fucking face, then he gets hit with a choke slam and a frog splash, and then Kane RVD leave. So kind of a bit pointless, but yeah, pretty funny. Booker T is then walking around looking for Goldust, and then Earl Hebner tells him that he went to his hotel room. Is Booker T going to bum Goldust? Hopefully not on this television screen tonight. Out comes Shawn Michaels, pretty much tells Jeff Hardy, here, I used to do drugs like you as well. But yeah, you're wasted potential.
You can turn your life around, man.
Then he says, 15 years ago, I put my tag team partner through a glass window. It's like,
I honestly didn't think it was like 88 he done that.
Maybe he got it off by a few years, but it must be roughly around then. It's like, how long did the Rockers last?
I'd have thought it was 90, did it?
Yeah, Jeff says, right, I'll change, and then Jeff just gets fucking hit with the sweet chin music. Good night! Thought it was a pretty decent segment, even if it was weird.
It was weird. I don't really know what they're doing with Jeff Hardy. It's almost like, I don't know, they don't know what they're doing with him, or they're punishing him, or... But yeah, this Jeff Hardy just... It's mental how this guy's declined since that ladder match against Taker.
Absolutely, but are you down with the Brown? Because it's Maven taking on D'Lo Brown, damn it, D'Lo Brown.
I wonder if Theodore was conflicted here, because this was two brown men.
It was, but D'Lo...
The darker meat.
He's slightly a bit dark. He's a bit more well done. Terry Long, they wouldn't
If
allow...
D'Lo's pepperoni, would Maven be salami?
Something like that. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, we'll let the white referee raise D'Lo's hand. Oh, you can't say that. That's racist. Well, it's fucking great. That's what it is.
Well, unfortunately, there's no black referees, because Theodore Long hanged up the zebra shirt to be a racist, so it's like...
Black supremacist?
If
you went down with the Brown... He tries to get the crowd to chant it, but I don't know where we were tonight, but they weren't. I think we were in Washington, D.C., the nation's capital, and they couldn't get a down with the Brown chant.
It's funny, like, because they kind of are brown, but, I mean, technically it's black. But brown sounds better.
Brown does sound
Are you down with the brown?
But the opposite of down is up. And Evolution are still in their box seats. Triple H points to the ring. Steiner Jericho is next. He then asks Batista and Orton, you know what to do? And they say, yes, we do. Then out comes Bischoff. Well, not out. He's at the Silver Dollar. He asks the bartender, where's Steiner? Then this young guy starts laughing at Bischoff. He's like, you know what? It is really fucking funny. And then he just grabs a beer mug and smashes over his head and then leaves. So apparently, this guy was actually Jake Fox of the Texas Wrestling Academy. Who gives a rat's ass, man?
And will this guy achieve anything in the business? Will he become a breakout star? Probably not.
I get what they're going for, right? Oh, Bischoff's like, you know, he can't get Austin. He's struggling, man. He's depressed. He's feeling nervous. He can't get the deal over the line, so he's feeling threatened. That's why he smashed this guy. But I don't know, man. Like, how many weeks in a row can we promise Stone Cold and no fucking get him?
I'm going to have to wait till No Way Out by the looks of things.
It looks that way. Orton and Batista are searching backstage for Scott Steiner. They then beat up Goldust and throw him into an electrical box, and he just gets absolutely burnt to a crisp. Earl Hebner said he went to his hotel room. So what a lie that was.
Earl, what you doing?
What you doing? Then we had Scott Steiner against Chris Jericho.
Well, this was a good scene, though, because what I liked about it is after the explosion, the lights were out in the arena, so it was like realistic.
No, it was realistic. But
Goldust getting electrocuted.
Was it good that the lights were out for Steiner Jericho? I thought the match was alright.
I mean, it was alright, but then it ended with just like a normal move off the top. And I'm not saying top rope moves shouldn't end it, but I mean, I wasn't expecting the move that Steiner did. I think if Steiner beats like a Stevie Richards with this, it's fine.
I think this match
not so much a Jericho.
I think this match just proves that Jericho's just a better worker than Triple H. When you actually compare the two.
Aye. Well, I mean, would anyone deny that?
No, I'm just saying proves, you know. But yeah, Steiner's new number one contender. He points up at the box seats, and you're thinking something's going to happen with Evolution, but it just doesn't. So what? It turns out Batista and Orton were going to batter Steiner, but then they stopped because Goldust got electrocuted. Alright, Chief Morley's trying to get on the phone with Bischoff, but he's no answering. But then
they stopped because they were looking for Steiner, but they found Goldust instead.
Aye, so what? Yeah, but Steiner's out in the ring.
Well, they can't really. I know, but if they attack him then, and then he's getting the match, isn't he? Disqualifications.
After the match then, anyway, Vince McMahon, who could have, hopefully should have appeared a couple of hours prior, appears about 5 seconds ago and says, if you don't deliver on your wee buddy Bischoff, you'll hear the words, you're fired.
I mean, it's cool to get McMahon, but like, could we not have got him earlier in the show?
It's good continuity, right? And, you know, it gets you a reason to tune in. Like, they're properly going home with this whole story about Bischoff needing to deliver. And it's better than just ending with, like, Steiner doing that move off the top. But it just left you wanting a bit more. It kind of felt flat, even if it was a good ending for the story. Anyway, that's it for Raw. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10.
I think 7's fair. It wasn't the greatest Raw, but it was a good Raw. But yeah, I mean, I think that I don't know, Raw. It's been a while since I think we've seen a great Raw.
Yep, I agree. I think when Austin comes back, Mania build, The Rock versus Austin build on Raw, Hurricane, all that stuff, I'm expecting good Raws then.
Yeah, I mean, outside of the Royal Rumble itself, I do think that it's not been poor, but I think we've just seen decent, good stuff. We haven't really seen, outside of the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, I don't think we've seen a lot of great stuff. Even on SmackDown as well, they haven't really been doing too much on that, especially with Brock Lesnar, who's the Royal Rumble winner. I'd expect more, but we're not really getting more.
Absolutely, but that's 2
We're getting
7s.
less.
Up next, we got SmackDown, the Hulkster, set to return. So until next time, peace. Brother Love, I knew you'd suck. Welcome back to Fog Wrestling, WWE SmackDown 2003 review. And I tell you what, you can dangle as many boxes and cranes and get out Brother Loves and puppies and Canyon coming out the closets as much as you want, but this is never, ever going to get over with us, because I think this Undertaker Big Show story is some of the worst shit I've ever seen, damn it.
Yeah, it is. And you know what? I've got a bone to pick with WWE. I think over the past, I want to say, well, Taker's been gone 3 months, almost 6 months. I would say that ever since Taker lost the belt, well, maybe not ever since he lost the belt, but ever since he started feuding with Brock Lesnar to try and win the belt back, they've absolutely just fucking decimated Undertaker. Now, yeah, he still performs, and the Hell in a Cell match against Lesnar, I think, is an underrated classic that doesn't get talked about enough. I mean, that match they had in 2015 gets talked about more, and it just was nowhere near as good. And I don't expect it to be as good because obviously they're a shitload older. But yeah, no, I thought the No Mercy match was fantastic. But even the build-up in that Brock stuff, it was very poor. Bringing out this woman that was like allegedly sleeping with Taker. I mean, you'd Matt Hardy getting involved, and that was probably the best bit of that feud. Even with Brock Lesnar, when he was feuding with Big Show, the best part of it was probably Matt Hardy feuding with Brock.
Yeah.
The Undertaker-Brock Lesnar feud was not good. The storyline sucked. And now you've got Taker feuding with Big Show, heading into WrestleMania season. Honestly, why are they doing this? This should be wrapped up. Just have Undertaker beat the Big Show at No Way Out, move on, and give him a good opponent at WrestleMania. An opponent worthy of having. But unfortunately, we know that he gets... Not only does he get one unworthy opponent, he gets 2 unworthy opponents and a fucking tag team partner that he never asked for. But here, no spoilers, guys. We'll talk about that more when we get down the line. It's time to review SmackDown.
We see a big, huge wooden box hung over the ring. To Undertaker! Cole marking out, but then the box gets took back over to the entranceway as we begin with Rey Mysterio, Undertaker, West Coast Pop. Yeah, booyaka, booyaka.
Why not just start with Undertaker segment if you're going to have the box there?
Yeah, they actually operated the crane just to move it. Jamie Noble spouting a new tyre, but sporting. Good win for Ray. I mean, I think this is if you're going to incorporate a cruiserweight match, you kick it off with the beginning of the show, and it's over in 4 minutes.
Yeah, quick paced action, quick start, fast start to the show. No complaints with the match. Sad to see that Jamie Noble has pretty much just become a job guy, but you know what? He had his little run, and it was a memorable run. I think it's one of the more underrated runs with the Cruiserweight Championship. For some reason, he doesn't get talked about. I think he finished last in our Fog Awards for 2002 in terms of who's the best Cruiserweight champion, and that boggles my mind.
Boggles your mind, boggles my mind. What boggles my mind also is The Rock, because he's up next via satellite, and I didn't dig it.
Nah, can you dig it, sucker?
It was fucking weird. It was...
Yeah, it's The Rock just cutting a half-arse promo, spending most of it talking to some imaginary chick who wasn't even there about tofu and fucking whatever curry flavour of pie she has. I get it, but it just wasn't good.
It wasn't good. You know, it's heel, but it's not fully blown heel. It's like, yeah, Hulk Hogan sucks, but I love the fans. That baldy-headed motherfucker. He says, yeah, he's going to slap him down the SmackDown on no Hulk Hogan's ass. And no way, I didn't dig this. So I felt last week was weird, but it was still good. This wasn't good. But we'll see him later on tonight. Talking of ass, we've got Rikishi taking on Nunzio.
I mean, at least it wasn't Rikishi versus Bill DeMott.
Aye.
Rikishi versus who, by the way?
Nunzio?
No, who's he normally face?
Bill DeMott.
What you wait? Was that a slightly better pronunciation there? But
Bill DeMont. That's the one you're after.
Bill DeMott it.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, Rikishi beats Nunzio. Nunzio says, "You think this is over? You think you're going to beat me and get away with it?" No. So, well, maybe Nunzio's got some friends. He's also got his cousin Jamie Noble, but I don't know if Jamie
That
Noble...
seems dead at this stage. Maybe we'll make a wee phone call to Tony Soprano, but you know what? I think you should make a phone call to the guy who makes the weapons of mass destruction to launch a nuke on the next segment, because it's Heyman, Taker, Brother Love. We kind of talked about it at the start, right? This is fucking awful.
This made last week's segment look 5 stars, I think.
So see, for anyone that says, you guys just love old wrestling, fucking this is Exhibit A. I would think that this rivals anything today is in terms of shit.
Yeah, I mean, I know Taker's loyal, but I think McMahon at this point is lucky that WCW is not still around, or Taker fucking might have jumped ship. This stuff is horrible. What are they doing with The Undertaker? This is Mark Cap, the American badass. And they're just being bad.
No
Almost
wonder he
on
tries to
purpose.
kill him at the end of the year at Survivor Series. Fucking splitting him open, man, battering with a shovel.
How dare you ruin a year of my career, McMahon.
No, this is awful. And
Not
yo,
good.
puppies are up next, and we're talking about a literal dog, and then we've got Canyon coming out the fucking closet. I mean, I never liked Brother Love. Bruce Pritchard as a booker, better than this Brother Love character. I knew you'd come. Fucking garbage.
Taker doesn't want an apology, he wants a match, so just get it over and fucking done with.
Yeah, get over and
Taker
done with.
versus Big Show, no way out. Boom. Big Show wins, move on. Simple.
Move on. Anyway, Hulkster is backstage. Can he move on for Brock Lesnar? Because they bump into each other. And Brock says,
Well, let me tell you something, brother.
welcome back. Again, Brock Lesnar not really getting utilised properly. I mean, he's there and he's barely appearing. But it's weird because he's a face here. And he's kind of like being cocky to Hogan, like, yeah, I broke your back, brother. Brother, right? Anyway, Billy Kidman against Matt Hardy. And, of course, Billy Kidman wins. Surprise. Decent match. Like the wee promo after the match with Matt Hardy saying to the commentators that he's going to lose weight. He's going to drop down to cruiserweight level.
And the next time that he faces Billy Kidman, he won't just beat him, he'll take his Cruiserweight Championship, because that's something that you can do and you have attitude. And then Michael Cole promoted some sort of like fitness bar that WWE sponsors, or some bar that sponsors WWE. I mean, I guess it was a good plug by Cole. I mean, is that one thing Cole was good at? Is that one thing you would give Cole the edge over in JR? I'm not convinced. I think Cole did do well at it, but I also think JR was underrated. I hear a lot of people saying, oh, JR was shit at promoting things. I think JR and King are good at promoting things.
Well, hold on, no. Let's say he was shit. Who cares? I'd rather be good promoting the company than Skittles, taste the rainbow.
No, but I've always heard those criticisms about JR that he couldn't promote anything when it came to like sponsorships.
He promoted what I seen on my TV screen. That's all that matters. Kurt Angle
promoted what was going on in the ring. Okay, that's what it's all about.
Kurt Angle's backstage. He says he wants Team Angle to fly about like the American Eagle, not those jobber Philadelphia Eagles. And then the crowd boo. I think Kurt Angle's actually. You talk about Cole being the best at promoting. I think Kurt Angle is the best at getting heat out of the sports teams. He does great delivery each time, and it feels unique.
It just comes off the top. A lot of people do this, and it just, you know, you're thinking, oh, that was generic. Yeah, you know, typical same old, like, run down the country of, you know, not the country, the state that we're in, blah, blah, blah. I heard it all before, but every time Kurt Angle does it, it comes across naturally, it just flows.
Yeah, it just flows. Up next, we've got Guerreros against Team Angle with Paul Heyman. Weird. Paul Heyman has not really been seen dead with these guys or Kurt Angle this year. And here he is, tag teaming with him again. Don't understand it. I thought the match was alright. Obviously, you've got Eddie hitting the frog splash on Shelton Benjamin, but he wasn't the legal man. And then Haas rolled up Eddie for the win. Am I glad there's a change of tag team champions? Yes. Did I want it to be these two? No. I think Cena and Bill Buchanan would have done.
I don't think these guys deserve the titles.
No, I mean, they're a month into their run.
I think they've flopped.
Yeah.
air. And it's not like they've come in and looked dominant, and they've come in and been getting beat every single week.
No, they fucking have.
And then they beat Eddie Guerrero. Not even Chavo. Not even Chavito. I don't know.
It sucks. Up next, Hulk Hogan and The Rock. Hulk Hogan comes out. Now, I thought the crowd was pretty dead for this segment, considering what Hogan normally gets. I say for this segment, I thought the crowd was pretty dead all night, apart from the Philadelphia Eagles thing, which obviously took bad. But Hogan doesn't exactly get the 20-minute ovation he got previously. The Rock says, right, Hogan, say your things, and then as soon as Hogan starts, say your prayers, blah, 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 blah. I thought this is the best Rock work so far in 2003. Say your prayers, eat your vitamins, blah, 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 blah. And he starts talking on me.
Yeah, Rock ripping the piss out of Hogan. Get to the end part there, and Rock's like, falling asleep here, and Hogan is trying to fire back, and he makes fun of the Rock's bald head, and it's like, really? And then he calls...
Yeah, but he said something about The Rock being like a jabroni. I'm not taking on The Rock in the way. I'm taking on...
Jabroni?
The Rock Jabroni, yeah. I thought he was going to say, I'm taking on Hollywood Rock.
That's what I thought he was going to say.
Which would have made fucking sense.
Because last time it was Hollywood Hulk Hogan, but now The Rock's kind of the one that's sold out. The Rock's Hollywood,
but
The Rock's the heel. I thought it was going to be Hulk Hogan versus Hollywood Rock, but no, it's Hulk Hogan versus The Rock of Jabroni. That's like, Hogan, take your jokes back to the 80s.
Yeah, no, it's fucking weird.
But you know what? I think Hogan's earned he's earned the right to be shit, hasn't he?
Aye.
Because he's the man, so it's like,
he's still the man. Now, we couldn't really tell if The Rock was live or not.
But hold on. Say someone like a Jamie Noble done that, you'd want him released for his contract, though. The Rock of Jabroni. It was really poor.
It was poor. Hogan says McMahon's full of shit and he can't wait to scare the shit out of him. No way. Then it cuts backstage. All the jobbers are watching this segment because, of course, they are. Like, what else do we be doing? But then Sean O'Haire appears and we can't really hear what he says initially because there's like sound problems. But then he takes Brian Kendrick over and he's like, right, Brian, it's time for you to run naked. Because what we need is that Nike advert. And you are the man to make it work. And he's like, I'm telling you, nothing you don't already know. So what's Brian Kendrick do? He starts running around the ring during an Albert and Shannon Moore match that lasted about 5 seconds, which Albert won. Was he naked? I don't think he was. I think
we couldn't really see because obviously they were blurring it out, but I would imagine he was wearing, I'm going to assume similar to Jericho and Christian, he was wearing some like skin-coloured thong.
Yeah, because you know if he's running about here naked, kids in the crowd, sex offender shuffle.
Like, in my opinion though, is McMahon not entitled to do this if he wants? Do you think there should be a discretion like thing where you tell the people beforehand, look, there's going to be a naked... But...
Yeah, but where do you draw the line? Like, we've seen people get their tits out before.
No, but let's say McMahon wants to actually do this segment, and because he wanted Jericho and Christian to be naked, and they didn't do it, and...
God damn it, Chris, why won't you do it?
Do you think it's different because Brian Kendrick's in the crowd, and he's actually running past people, and he's within touching distance of people? Would it be easier for them if they were going to do it legit naked just to be on the ramp?
I would agree with that.
So what happens? So let's say he was naked here and he's running about and there is people that are like under the age of 18 in the crowd. Can WWE get done for that? Like,
yeah, I'm going to
sue them.
I'm going to say he wasn't naked though. But you're saying what if he was? I don't know.
Yeah. No, I don't think he was.
I think it's something back in 2003 you can get away with, just not these days. I'm not going to say sadly because I don't really want Brian Kendrick running around naked.
So would it need to be like an 18 exclusive plus show, do you think?
But then that sounds too extreme though, doesn't it?
What do you mean?
It's like 18 plus exclusive show. It's like, what, for Brian Kendrick? You feel like you need like Hogan to fucking do it to make it worthwhile?
See the ECW One Night Stands? Was there an age restriction on getting into them?
I don't know, but I can't really recall any kids.
Well, I know a young kid punched Randy Orton on the shoulder. He looked young enough. He didn't look young, but he didn't look like he was 18.
Yeah.
I don't think he was naked.
Anyway, he runs into Stephanie McMahon's office. She looks at Brian Kendrick, and then he gets dragged out. Hello, Stephanie. So yeah, there was a weird guy sitting in the corner of the room, by the way. It was fucking weird. I don't understand who he was.
Brian Kendrick said, I'm excited to see you. Stephanie says, I can see that. But Cole and Taz were making fun of him, saying that it was cold. So it was almost like we were getting two different versions here. Cole and Taz were playing it down and Stephanie was playing it up.
Literally. Anyway, John Cena came down to the ring, rapped about Big Brock. He's like, yeah, Brock, he wears the Crocs. The Rock cut a promo earlier, and it was crap. I don't really know what he rapped about, but he challenges Brock to a match next week. That's plenty. Thoughts on John?
A good rap for John challenges Brock Lesnar up next week and does the whole wee rewind thing. Yeah, I mean, John Cena, solid rap. I tell you what, he never disappoints. There's some that are a lot better than others, but I don't think I've heard a John Cena rap that...
I think you can clearly tell that John Cena's going somewhere.
At this point, absolutely.
It's not just smoking, it's not just smoke.
I think you could tell. See, a couple of weeks into the whole rapping thing, I think you could tell.
No, I would agree. Up next, we've got Chris Benoit.
Well, let's be honest, right? You don't get your own segment to come out and challenge Brock Lesnar for a match if you're going nowhere.
Wait, hold on. Was this Chris Benoit interview took out the network first? Do you remember a Chris Benoit interview?
Before the match?
Aye.
No.
I think this has been cut out, by the way, because listen to this, right? Chris Benoit says all he could think about that he let his family down. He went home, his wife and son told him how proud they were of him, but he says he'll never stop the quest for the title. Then
that was taken out.
Then Kurt Angle interrupted. Kurt says his medals are for his children. Kurt says when Chris messes with him, he's messing with his wife and kids. Chris then said he looks forward to one day taking Kurt Angle's family away from him. Fuck me. What?
Can we get an unedited version?
You got the wrong family, Chris.
That time when? Nah, man, that definitely has been taken out the network. And you know what?
Fuck, I don't blame them.
Rightfully so, man. I don't think you can have that.
Chris Benoit saying he's going to take Kurt's family away. Well, that doesn't make it. But Benoit's the face.
But then again, we've seen Benoit have the crossface, and Jim Ross he's killing him. He's strangling him. He's taking all the oxygen away from him. We've seen. That's what it is like. But I mean, I hate censorship, and I hate the fact they try and remove certain things. But see, that it's almost like, does it really affect the show that much? It's like a little backstage promo. That I'm assuming it was backstage.
Yeah. I
mean, it's a backstage. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I'd rather it be unedited, but it's not like that ruins the show. Do you know what I mean? We didn't even know it was missing, so we didn't miss it because we didn't know it was missing. So yeah,
you might need to go watch it though.
Yeah, I mean,
for top 5 moments.
Yeah, it could make it.
It could that last line, fucking
number one into it.
Number one, right? Kurt Angle, Benoit. We've seen it a million fucking times. You're talking about choke people out, kill people. This feud's killing me. I'm sorry, we've seen it too many times. Great wrestlers, right? When you take double murder, suicides out the equation. Thoughts?
To me, this just waters down like the match they had at the Royal Rumble. I think after putting on that classic, we shouldn't be seeing Benoit versus Angle again until it's important, until it means something. I think having these two wrestle again in a throwaway SmackDown a few weeks after the Rumble is a really bad call in my opinion.
I'm not exaggerating. See, from when Benoit came back from injury and he got put on SmackDown, I would say these two are averaging facing each other like every 3 weeks in terms of like factoring tag matches as well. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree.
How many times have we watched SmackDown and the graphic and Taz like, oh, look at this one, Cole. It's a wrestling clinic tonight. We've got Chris Benoit against Kurt Angle. Yo, do they always deliver? Yes. But, so does postal companies and they're fucking shite. I just don't really understand the need for it. Angle wins. He shakes Benoit's hand at the end of the match, but then Tina Angle come out to beat down. Edge comes down for the save. But then Brock comes down. Cleans house, F5 to everybody, Kurt runs up the ramp, bang, SmackDown ends. Anyway, what are you giving this show out of 10? I'm going to give SmackDown
I'm giving it a 5.
I'm giving it a 5. Yeah, the brother love stuff's fucking horrendous. I'm sorry. I'm not even sorry about it. It's pish.
And who knows, maybe I'd give it a 6 if I actually seen that Benoit promo.
Yeah, it sounded good. But here, it's a 5. Up next, Monday Night Raw. We've got 4 more shows before No Way Out. So until next time, peace. God damn it, Eric. Pucker up and kiss my ass.
We've seen Vince McMahon attempt a spinneroonie before, but tonight he attempted the switcheroonie first by giving Eric Bischoff the words, "You're fired," only to turn around at the end of the show and go, "Bischoff, you're hired." Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. There was some firing, there was some hiring. Bischoff started the night as GM. Midway through, he got sacked as GM, and by the very end of the show, he was once again hired as GM. Kind of reminded me of John Cena in the draft. McMahon with a good old switcheroonie.
Good old switcheroonie. This is why sports entertainment's better than wrestling. I thought this show with McMahon and Bischoff was just fucking brilliant. I'll mark it for like Vince McMahon. Give the guy a statue. It's a shame what's happened to him. It fucking is. It breaks my heart.
Yeah, we got the na 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 hey 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 goodbye, but all those chants were wasted because it turns out Eric Bischoff isn't going anywhere.
He's not going anywhere, but he began the show coming in, brother. Because you've got the immortal. Well, you don't have the immortal Hulk Hogan. You've got Stone Cold Steve Austin. He needs to sign him.
See, when McMahon's rehired him at the end of the show, he should have just. I think Bischoff's music should have played. I'm back and I'm better than ever. That would just be epic trolling. But yes, we start the night. Bischoff, he's desperate. He needs Stone Cold. I need Austin. I need the real Stone Cold.
I don't need hugs, damn it. But yeah, he says Austin, he's not heard from him. McMahon is on his way. He's bricking it. I've done everything I could. Then he's like, you know what? It's JR's fault. So he storms up to the announce table. He's like, God damn it, you fat son of a bitch from
Oklahoma son of a bitch.
It's your fault. JR's like, well, maybe, Eric, it's your fault for firing Austin and WCW. Is it?
WCW getting a nice wee mention here.
Yep, they get it every week now. Bischoff says, you know what, JR, you deserve to be fired. You know what? Fuck it. You are fired. Until you can deliver Austin to Raw. Will Austin appear on Raw tonight? Maybe.
Who knows? But we go from having JR calling the show to Coachman calling the show. And well, he was definitely not on JR's level. I think he done a pretty good job.
I actually prefer Jonathan Coachman tonight than Cole. And I'm not just saying that. I think Jonathan Coachman brought like a really unique commentary.
A unique Sunday night heat
Aye, definitely like that. But a limo pulls up, Bischoff sprints for the ring backstage. He thinks it's McMahon, turns out it's Evolution. Why the one face,
Evolution is a mystery. Yeah, so Triple H, Batista, Randy Orton and Ric Flair get out. First match that Eric Bischoff has to call is a match that we could have definitely seen on Heat.
Well, it was actually Jonathan Coachman calling it, not Eric Bischoff.
Well, Jonathan Coachman, that's who I meant.
That's who you meant.
The coach.
It's not 96 anymore. Bischoff's not calling matches. Actually, he called a match not too long ago, him and Morley. But again, this match, Test beats Christian. Then you've got Christian hitting Test. He falls to the outside. He's in stalking Stacy Keibler. And then Jeff Hardy runs down, makes the save. So Jeff Hardy, I've never seen so many face heel turns for a guy in like a month.
What the hell is he doing?
Yeah, like 1 week he's doing something, 1 week he's doing another. I think Jim Ross saying he's backstage, he's on the phone. Hard Finkel is waddling it around in the background. More to follow, more to come.
Yeah, the spy Howard Finkel spying on JR. Was he sent by Eric Bischoff? It would appear that way.
Up next we got Booker T, D'Lo Brown. Let me tell you something, player. The best thing of that white ball getting fried like the cracker he is was the best thing could happen to you, Booker. Now your black man can be free.
I think Theodore Long's killing it.
Yes.
With the whole black superpower, superiority stuff. I mean, I like it.
I mean, I know you know what, like, see for the pinfall that Triple H whips out at 19, Mania 19, maybe D'Lo Brown was more worthy of that than Booker T, to be honest.
Yeah, maybe that is. And you know what? I don't know if I like this. I mean, obviously, I like what Theodore Long's doing, but we had D'Lo Brown on a bit of an unbeaten spree. And the problem is, though, it's D'Lo Brown. There's only so many people on the roster that is believable that D'Lo Brown could beat. But I certainly think they could have kept this going a little bit longer. But here, I mean, this was back in the day when they didn't drag things out. Nobody went unbeaten like Gunther for 2 years. So, I mean, D'Lo Brown enjoyed about a month worth, I think, of victories. Maybe even less than that. 3 weeks worth of victories under Fedor. But tonight, he took an L. He took a defeat to Mr. T.
To Mr. T and DDO. In comes the learning tree. It's Chris Jericho. Not quite that bad yet, but he says, right, I want Jeff Hardy tonight. He needs to be taught a lesson. Morley takes him to one side and gives him the match. Then you get Jazz against Molly Holly. I think this match stuck it like a sore thumb, to be honest.
Yeah, again, could have been on Sunday Night Heat. Not a big fan of Jazz. And like Molly Holly seems like she's half-assing it these days.
Yeah.
She's like half heel, half face. The attire's strange. She's not... I don't know what is going on with Molly Holly right now, but it seems like she's just gone through a transitional period. She just feels like a jobber. And it's mental, because it wasn't that long ago where she was women's champion.
See the STF? It looked horrendous.
It was only a few months ago, actually, she was women's champion. So yeah, Molly Holly's completely fallen from grace. And you know what? I think WWE, maybe they kind of suffered back then as they kind of do now with the women's division. It's like only one heel can be on top. Or one face. Just seems to be as soon as Victoria came on the scene, Molly Holly literally just disappeared.
Not literally, but JR can't disappear, neither can the Fink. He answers the phone, Steve.
Although what I would say is, before we talk about that, I think it was harder for women to actually stay over back in the day because, like, a lot of the time, especially when it came to wrestling matches, or even just, like, promos and stuff, like, the women were kind of not... They were getting, like, one segment a night, almost. Yeah, sometimes they would get two, but it's not like nowadays where the women and the men get, like, 50% of the same on Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah.
Like, back then, it's like the women got a very small, albeit much smaller roster, they got a very small portion of segment time. So unless you were, like, in the championship feud, it was probably hard for you to actually remain over.
No, I agree. Up next, though, JR. He's on the phone to Steve. Hardfinger's like, was that Stone Cold Steve Austin? No, it's not, actually.
It's my friend, Steve, from Oklahoma.
What a fucking letdown that is, by the way.
Yeah, so we think we're getting Steve Austin. We just get some redneck cowboy called Steve.
Right, up next, got Van Damme and Kane defeating 3 Minute Warning. I think 3 Minute Warning have run their race.
Yeah, it's all over. The 3 minutes of fame are up. I don't know what has happened to this team, Rosie and Jamal. See, I think that's why it's important to actually rewatch wrestling. It's a really good thing because sometimes you have like fond memories, or you have like, I don't know, memories where you don't really look at someone fondly. Some people you do look at fondly, but then you rewatch it and you go, you know what? They weren't as good as I thought, or they were even better than I thought. And I think 3 Minute Warning is certainly one of those groups where you just imagined it was a lot better than it actually was. I think ever since 3 Minute Warning stopped doing the run-ins for Bischoff, that's probably when they died. I'm not going to pretend that their Survivor Series match wasn't good, but they peaked at that Survivor Series, I think.
No, they did.
Honestly, see it Survivor Series, they could have just never came back, and I think it would have done them more good than harm, to be fair.
No, I'm going to agree with that. Absolutely. McMahon then gets out of his limousine and he sees JR. What the hell? JR?
Why is my best commentator backstage, brother?
Imagine he found out it was Coach who replaced him. Not good. McMahon comes out, brings out Bischoff and Morley. He says to Morley, right, there's only one way you're keeping your job. It's if you win a match. Morley's like, oh, yes, sir. What match?
I can do that.
Handicap match. Not against 2, but 3 fucking Dudleys.
3 Dudley brothers. He didn't call them the Dudley boys. He called them the Dudley brothers, which I guess is fine. Dudley boys would have done, but...
They are brothers at the end of the day. Vince then turns to Bischoff. If you signed Austin, he says, it's yes or no. Bischoff then says no. He says, I would have loved to watch Stone Cold make your life a living hell. But then Bischoff's like, you know what, Vince, it's alright, because here's some hot lesbian action. They come out, he says, they're not just lesbians, they're bisexual lesbians. Vince is like, God damn it, tonight I'm all business. And then he said, bisect their asses on out of there. Pretty good line for Finny Mac.
Something Fog Wrestling would probably use.
It probably is.
Maybe he stole it from us, but yeah, Finn's got no interest on these women. They didn't have shit on their heads, so yeah, Finny Mac playing it cool.
He's about to take a big shit though on Bischoff as he says, you're fired. And then
I think what happens next is probably the best. I mean, McMahon is roided out his tits here.
Yeah, Bischoff's heading to the back.
Beetroot red, and I mean, he's screaming, nah, 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 goodbye. And he's bouncing against the rope.
But it's the walk as well he does to the
Aye.
ropes, like the stance and the taunt. It's like, what the fuck? Like, what are you doing? The animations here of McMahon was mental. He's lucky that the ropes weren't the ring apron. He probably would have done both quads here. He was that tensed up.
No, he was. But
I mean, his fucking legs.
see this right here. This is better than anything in AEW in the past 5 years.
Oh man, the legs for McMahon were flying.
This was fucking
I
insane.
mean, I thought he was going to take a heart attack. Like,
Yeah, so did I.
I don't know why he was getting so worked up about it. Like, but
He then tells Regal and Storm he'll announce a new GM later on tonight. Then we get a handicap employment match. Pretty much they win. They beat Chief Morley up. I enjoyed this.
Chief Morley didn't get any offense in. Got absolutely destroyed. Dudley Dogs, free Ds, powerbomb through a table, and even got his clothes ripped off. So not a good night for Sean Morley. But here, it might be all right by the end of the night.
It might be. Bischoff then goes to JR. Have you got Austin yet? JR's like, no, how about you clean out your desk, you little prick?
Yeah, Bischoff offered a handshake, but wasn't to be.
Wasn't to be. Batista defeats Tommy Dreamer. This was to be. About 2 seconds. The match
Yeah, I mean,
lasted.
what was the point? Would it really harm Batista if Tommy Dreamer went a few minutes and got a little bit of offense in?
Probably.
Would it though?
Probably not, to be honest. I think Tommy Dreamer's been booked relatively strong recently.
But they've kind of undone it the past few weeks. So yeah, Tommy Dreamer gets absolutely jobbed out here. He had the Singapore cane, he still got jobbed out.
I tell you what, Evolution then start beating up Booker T, who made the save. And it's like, and then Steiner makes the save. It just feels all a bit mid-cardy, doesn't it? It doesn't feel like this is the main event feud.
Doesn't really. Booker T tried to help out Tommy. Well, I don't think he really tried to help out Tommy Dreamer, to be fair. I think he just wanted revenge on Goldie. Scott Steiner, though, definitely came out. Maybe not even. I don't know. Did Scott Steiner try and help Booker T, or did he just want to get revenge for himself?
It was just a weird segment because it's like no man's land, and it's like this is actually the main event feud for the world title. Up next, you get Stacey and Test. Again, this isn't doing anything for me. I think the whole testicle things has run its course.
Yeah, it's just all words and stuff at the end of the day, like empty deals. Oh, I got you this new product, this new commercial, this new that, this new this. It's like, I mean, unless we're actually going to see it, then what does it doesn't really mean anything, you know?
No, it doesn't mean
it's like Stacey could turn around and say like, oh, Test, I got you this new commercial deal and it's worth $1 million. Unless they somehow incorporate that $1 million into Test's story or like character or gimmick or whatever, then it's just fake money that doesn't exist. And these deals are fake things that don't exist.
No, absolutely. But up next, we've got Bischoff being sung out of his office by the Dudleys, who didn't lay a glove on McMahon, did they?
Nah, Dudley's here. Cheap version of the na-na-na-na as Eric Bischoff packed this stuff. When you think about it though, Raw, SmackDown, they're travelling to different arenas every week. It's a lot of hassle, isn't it? Like Eric Bischoff bringing all his wee picture frames every week to hang up on the wall.
It is.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny though. Up next, we had a really good match. Jericho, Jeff Hardy. I enjoyed that match.
Yeah, well, I mean, I wouldn't go as far as saying really good. I'm just not digging Jeff Hardy right now. I'll be honest. Jericho wins with the walls of Jericho, but yeah, Jeff Hardy running around with his
But these two,
here.
it's these two that take each other on at No Way Out. So Test must get injured or something.
Yeah, do we see Test get injured, or is he too busy with his new deals or whatever? Who knows? I mean, match was pretty cool, but yeah, I just felt like a throwaway match. Plus, Jericho was always going to win.
Yeah, but it takes away from it the fact it's going to happen at the pay-per-view in like, what, 13 days? Up next, Evolution. McMahon's like, God damn, where are you guys going?
Bischoff's like, hey, just because you don't know what to do with bisexual lesbians doesn't mean we don't. Ric Flair does a wee sing and dance. We're going to party with the champ, Triple H. Woo! And McMahon's like, well, you might want to see who the new GM is. And then McMahon also says next week it's going to be 2 members of Evolution, Triple H and Batista, taking on Booker T and Scott Steiner. Evolution didn't like this.
Ric Flair tried to
like
headbutt him, and it's like, Flair, what are you doing?
Yeah, Triple H had to hold Flair back. I mean, it could have been worse. Flair could have been picked.
Should it not be the opposite way about? Should Flair not be holding Triple H back?
I suppose Triple H is injured, like he's on a crutch, isn't he?
Well, he's going to match next week. Anyway, we saved the best for last. McMahon comes out. He's going to announce a new GM, but out comes JR, followed by Eric Bischoff. All you hear is, Austin's here.
Yeah, so you think that Jim Ross is going to be the new GM because he comes out, he answers McMahon's call, but then he whispers to McMahon, Austin's here. Bischoff gets in the ring. JR confirms, nope, it's true. Austin 100% will be here at No Way Out. Then McMahon, I guess, says, well, Bischoff, first Jim Ross, you've kept your end of the deal. Austin's here. I guess you should be rehired.
Rehired. Coachman is displaced.
And then turns his attention to Eric Bischoff and says, I bet you think Chief Morley should be rehired now that Austin is coming. And Bischoff's like, yeah. McMahon's like, I bet you think that you should be rehired because Austin is coming. And Bischoff's like, yeah. And then McMahon says, well, okay then, you're hired. So Chief Morley is back in town. Eric Bischoff is back in town. But McMahon is then like, wait a minute. Didn't you say you would do anything? And Bischoff's kind of like, yeah, well, I guess so. Why not? And then McMahon brings up a certain club that he wants Bischoff to join. It's a club with not many members, but Bischoff is going to have the honour of being the next inductee into the Vince McMahon Kiss My Ass Club.
Some people don't like this, right? And McMahon's a predator. I think this is just comedy at its best. King was pissing himself on commentary. I thought it was brilliant. Is it weird? Yeah. I remember the cartoon they brought out, I think it was Survivor Series 06, where they're all sitting around a table. Do you remember it? McMahon. It's like his arse. It's like a chicken sitting on a table, no?
No.
Anyway, I think it's a weird gimmick, the Kiss My Ass Club, obviously, but I think it's fucking brilliant.
But it works because McMahon's so dysfunctional and fucking weird and out there at times that, and it's him, it's a power trip, him being the boss, he can...
I can't control my ass, it does tricks, damn it.
Yeah, he can essentially make you do this. So, yeah, it's cool. Bischoff, though, he can't do it. He's like, sorry, McMahon, I can't do that. I just can't. Offer me something else. McMahon says, right, well, if you can't do that, you will join another club, and that is the I Got My Ass Kicked Club, and you're going to be the first member, Bischoff. Bischoff then accepts that, okay, if I have to take an ass whipping from you, McMahon, to keep my job, I'll do it. But McMahon's like, no, won't be by me. You'll be taking the ass whipping at No Way Out against Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Epic way to end the show. And that's what we did end the show. But then after the cameras went off, Austin actually returned, which I just find is... I never knew he returned. Is it wasted not to have Austin here tonight? I tell you what, I think if Austin came back and they incorporated him into a segment, I'd never be looking at this fucking show as a 10, because I actually think the segments were pretty much perfect on this show.
Yeah, they were, but I mean, I guess they want to just save Austin's first appearance for No Way Out.
Yeah.
Televised. So
we're 13 days away, it's not like it's 6 days away. Anyway, we have to rate the show.
But even the crowd were a bit annoyed because they're on about Austin, but they're not getting him to No Way Out. And we've seen Bischoff talk about Austin for weeks now, but you're not getting him to No Way Out. It's like,
at least they got him though.
Yeah, but that's kind of see, nowadays, maybe the audience would be okay with that because that's just how shite wrestling is now.
I think back in the day, at least they actually gave house shows and stuff after the cameras go off. They actually gave them surprises.
Yeah, but it's see, nowadays they could say, right, well, in 6 weeks' time you're getting this, and people would just accept that because you're starved of any good stuff now. At least if you know you're getting someone good, you're kind of just willing to wait 6 weeks. But back in the day, it's like everybody, they just wanted it now and then and there. They didn't want to wait. So anytime Austin's name's been brought up in the last month, there's been boos when it's been, oh, I'm gonna sit and talk with Austin next week, or I'm gonna bring Austin back at No Way Out. It's like they don't want to wait, they want him right here, right now. Who cares about a promise to get an Austin in 2 weeks? It's a crowd, they want him tonight.
Yeah, they want him tonight. Anyway, I'm gonna give tonight a 9 out of 10. I think tonight proved to me that Vince is the greatest authority character of all time. Obviously, I love Bischoff, and obviously tonight he does come across as weak, but I think McMahon is just that step above, and I think when McMahon delivers, he's fucking brilliant, and that's what he delivered.
No, I really did enjoy the McMahon segments, but unfortunately, I don't think the show was that good. I thought the matches,
I thought the matches were pretty pish, but you know what? I think McMahon fucking carries it.
None of the matches really stuck out. I did enjoy the McMahon segments, but it's a
Am I a mark from McMahon? Am I gonna kiss his ass?
I mean, maybe you're already joined the club, or maybe you want to join the club. I'm going to give it a 7. So yeah, that's my rating. You're giving it a 9. I'm giving it a 7.
That's
so
probably the biggest difference in a rating we've ever had.
8 out of 10. I mean, not bad, but honestly, if McMahon wasn't on this show, I think it would have been. I probably would have gave it like a 5 or something.
Well, if Benoit didn't do what he did with our fucking attitude era, wouldn't we? So anyway, 8 out of 10. Till next time. Peace.
Who better than Canyon? Welcome back to Fog Wrestling. He's at the closet. Boy George is here.
Fog Wrestling better than Canyon.
Fog Wrestling's better than Canyon. By God, we need to stop these segments with something coming out of a closet and confronting the Undertaker, because they're awful, damn it. Brother Love, Canyon, puppies. Next week, a big pile of shite.
Yeah, I mean, no Undertaker smashed Canyon over the head with a steel chair. Kind of wish someone would smash me over the head with a steel chair. So we need to watch this. But yeah, Undertaker, what have they done to him? What the fuck have they done to Undertaker? Ever since he came back from injury, the guy has been shit, and it's not really his fault. It's just the material they've got from the storyline, the feud that he's in. And this isn't just a, run-of-the-mill, we need to kill time till we get to another pay-per-view or whatever. This is the WrestleMania build. This is really fucking poor, man. What is happening? I do not understand. Now, I guess you could argue it's Undertaker and Big Show. What can they really do to make it good? But I mean, they could do something better than this.
Yeah, we've seen better Taker Big Show feuds already prior and in the future. So
this must be the worst Undertaker Big Show feud of all time.
Yeah.
Has to be.
I know, it fucking is. I don't see how it couldn't be any worse than them ones. But let's see here. First match. Edge. Charlie Haas. On this day.
I feel like I've seen it a lot of times. Just feel like I've
You have. Well, but Charlie Haas won. So therefore...
I haven't seen that before. Like, I know that was different. That was surprising. But at the end of the day, SmackDown 6, it's just... well, I know this isn't SmackDown 6, but maybe it's a SmackDown 8 if you add in Team Angle. Just doesn't really do it for me, man. There's something about SmackDown that I just think's off, and I can't really put my finger on it, but when it comes to matches, I know obviously SmackDown 6 is famous and whatnot, but they seem to have the same core group of wrestlers against it. I feel like Raw, man, it is different. I don't think you get the same shit on Raw. Raw feels like you get different stuff.
Raw feels different. Charlie Haas, though, he wins. Distraction, roll up, but I mean, it's still a pretty big win for big Charlie Haas here. The Haas.
No, I mean, it was alright for Charlie Haas, but who cares at the end of the day?
Who cares? Anyway, up next we've got Kurt Angle giving Stephanie McMahon a rose. He's trying to butter her up here, but then she's like, Kurt, I was trying to tell you before Brock came in, it's going to be Team Angle and Kurt, which just sounds wrong, by the way. Team Angle and Kurt. It's like...
Kurt and Team Angle, or just Team Angle?
Yeah, Team Angle works, but...
I mean, it's fucking named after him, so surely he should be included.
Yeah.
How can you have Team Angle? Oh, and by the way, also
it's going to be the C-Nation and Cena. Anyway, they're taking on Edge, Benoit, Lesnar at No Way Out. Again, it's like, fuck me. At least Brock's in there, but we've seen a 2-on-3 match.
Yeah, it's the same shit. We Brock Lesnar added in. And this just doesn't seem fair. I don't care. Team Angle picked up a couple of wins tonight.
Even this segment, though, it's like, it's straight out of 2000 between Stephanie and Kurt Angle here. It's like just a very fucking regurgitated start to the show.
Yeah, but you know what? I mean, I did think it was just pretty funny when Angle didn't get the news and didn't get what he wanted. He took his rose back.
Well, maybe I should have been number one.
So Kurt Angle's like, well, no roses for you.
Up next, we've got Rikishi against Nunzio, who has replaced Build Him Up here in this feud for whatever fucking reason.
Yeah, and also, while we're on the topic of Stephanie McMahon, I seen a clip from like 2000 or 1999, and I think it's definitely worth making a video on. People were saying that Shane's incest, because he was talking about Stephanie's boobs, and it's a bit weird. Don't know if you've seen this clip.
What, was it on Raw?
No, it was on like some talk show thing. And he was looking right at them. He called them cute, and I think that's kind of video worthy. And people are saying he's taken after Vince. Well,
hold up, he's taken after Vince. It's been fucking 25 years ago.
I know, but hey, man, that's video worthy. I think.
God damn it.
Let's move on.
Anyway, video.
Oh, know what? I'll defend the guy. I mean, we'll make the video, and you guys can find it later on.
I find it later on.
I think it was like one of those things that have just been taken out of context.
Aye.
But he's coming under a lot of heat for it.
It's fucking 25-year-old.
I know, well, maybe it's just resurfaced now.
He's coming under a lot of heat for it. Fucking reel it in.
Well, he is. Temperature's been turned up on him.
No, these are the same fucking...
People are saying father like son.
No, but these are the same people, right, that fucking identify as lampposts and fucking, you know, live in cages and pretend to be cats. Shane McMahon can't fucking joke around. Fuck me, man. The guy was like 20 odds in.
Listen, we'll make a video on it. I think that he was... I think that he was just trying to defend his sister because the interviewer basically says that you don't have much there.
Shane was like,
and Shane
God damn it, she does.
I think Shane tried to defend her by saying they're like small and cute, but it kind of just looked weird because he was looking directly at them. But anyway,
fuck me.
Well, video later tonight, buddy.
Anyway, talking of big and shit, so we've got Johnny the Bull and Chuck Palumbo entering this match, right? Now, we're just supposed to forget Chuck Palumbo was gay a couple of months ago. And
you look so Italian to me. Chuck Palumbo, he doesn't identify as a gay man anymore. His preference is Italian. His preference is pizza. And it was a 3-on-1 beatdown.
Gelato.
No one ever told Rikishi this a cute small ass.
No, definitely not. They'd have been lying. Definitely lying. Anyway, Nunzio gives him the kiss of death. Oh, mamma mia, they leave. Matt Hardy and Shanna Moore, he's wearing this outfit that's to make him get smaller, I guess. No idea what it is. I think it's...
He's trying to shed weight. He's trying to sweat. I believe it's like some sort of body outfit that makes you sweat a lot, therefore you are dropping weight. And Matt Hardy's dropped 8 pounds, so he's went from 230 to 222. I mean, he's like 80% there. Where's the intrigue? I like what they're doing here, but I think he's lost too much weight. He only needs 2 more pounds to go.
True, but the sweat was pissing off him during this
match.
match.
Surely he's going to drop 2 more pounds and before he gets his title match.
Yeah. Who fucking knows? Damn it. Who knows? Ray wins with the 619. He's like, I'm going to lose 2 more belts. Brian Kendrick, Sean O'Hare, and build him up backstage. This is just fucking weird.
He should cut Shannon Moore loose. That would drop a few pounds.
Pretty much, build him up, batters the shite, right? Clean it of Spanky. And then O'Hare's like, I'm not telling you nothing you didn't already know. He fucks off. It's like, right, okay. What was that?
Yeah, you feel like this could get old really quickly. I think it's just...
I'm not telling you anything you don't already know.
Hey, Taker, you shouldn't have hit the gay boy with the steel chair like that, but I'm not telling you anything you don't already know.
Yeah. Alright, up next with Benoit against A-Train. The train taps out.
Hey, Shane, you shouldn't have talked about your sister's breasts like that, but I ain't telling you anything you didn't already know.
Maybe Shane doesn't know. Anyway, hey, Benoit, you shouldn't have killed your family like that, but I'm not telling you anything you didn't know. But you didn't know, because you got a brain of an 85.
Oh, you didn't know? Down. Right, what's happening next? What's the one?
Benoit makes A-Train tap out. Throwaway match. I just... Colgate. I don't care.
10:35 for Cara Monster. What the hell? Anyway, right. Shane McMahon. Who taps out? Stephanie.
A-Train, you fucking dick.
Shannon Moore.
Your arse.
A-Train, Shannon Moore. Bang. The train was derailed, but I mean, I guess he's on the right tracks again. He's diverted to a different line. He's on the jobber line. You know, he was on the line to the main event, and he just couldn't handle it. So he slowed down. He's took a left, and now he's taking on the likes of Shannon Moore. So there you go. That's kind of how. Yes, when you know your push is dead after like 6 weeks. Congrats, A-Train.
Absolutely right. Up next we get some guy in fighting. It's the Girls Gone Wild guy. I recognise this guy. Can't put a name to him, but Tori Wilson's like, I'll be there. I can get pretty wild. Editor's note was, what the fuck on Online World of Wrestling? Because they wanted to be a man. They wanted to be gay.
They want to see Spanky run around naked. That's what they want.
That's what they want. So let's see here. Up next, for whatever reason, they don't seem to mind the Undertaker or Paul Heyman stuff. Actually marking out here that it's Chris Kanyon. Now, this segment has got a lot of heat for homophobia. No, I'm going to say...
It's fucking funny, man.
It's Vince McMahon being inclusive. He's letting a gay guy play a gay character. Is that not...
Lighten up a bit, you know what I mean? You've got a closet and fucking Canyon comes in. I think it's funny.
Yeah, but he's playing Boy George. Boy George, obviously gay, right? So does it not make sense to have the one gay guy employed by the company play a gay guy?
2 gay guys in a closet, right?
Why not? Why not? Go for it.
I thought, was it not getting heat for the chair shot though?
No. No, well, it was the heat. Yeah, but that's because he was gay. People think Taker hit him with a chair shot because he was gay.
Maybe Taker was trying to make him straight.
Bend them straight. Well, maybe not that way, brother. But this is awful, right? I like Canyon. I like Taker. I like Hector.
Here,
But what we...
Canyon was one of my favourite guys during the invasion from the Alliance angle.
better than Canyon?
No, I think he was.
He just got gifted the US title, huh?
Yeah, I don't think he ever fucking won a match, like, you know what I mean? And he didn't really do much, but anytime he just had he had a bit of personality. He had the lisp, and that was more than what 99% of the Alliance had.
Yeah.
No, but you think who stood out in the Alliance? Obviously, RVD I think was number one, then Booker T's number two. Yeah, you had the Dudleys. But outside of that,
Rhino, I liked Rhino.
alright, Rhino as well.
A couple of decent moments.
Outside of that though, it's probably Canyon.
Raven. After
DDP.
Canyon.
Well, you get my point.
Shane McMahon. Paul Heyman.
Alright, then Canyon was pish. Alright, well I'm saying he was better than Chavo and Build Them Up, wasn't he?
Anyway, right, let's talk
Billy Kidman. What the fuck did those guys do?
Funaki and John Cena.
Chronic?
Right, fucking reel it
Remember
in.
Chronic?
Chronic was awful, right? Right, Funaki, hey John, you take on Brock Lesnar. John Cena's like, yeah, I got rid of Big Red Dog. Funny about that, Funaki, because you eat dog. Woo!
So we have
Casual racism.
homophobia in the Undertaker segment, casual racism in this. I love it, Michael.
No, I don't get, right? See, when you see, like, cartoons and
It's all light-hearted banter, though, isn't it? I mean, come on, the fuck at the end of the day. See if you're getting upset over that, then life can't be that bad.
No, what's the difference?
See if the biggest thing you have, if the biggest concern in your life, man, is someone making like a stereotypical joke, man, then you know you need to lighten up because life's good.
No. See when someone says, "Oh, the British have crooked teeth." No one cares.
Yeah,
I don't have crooked teeth.
We don't.
Even if I did, I wouldn't care.
We don't cry, you know. We don't fucking.
Oh, they like fish and chips in a pint, governor.
No, I just don't get it, man. It's like when it's like a Western country, it's fine to mock and play up stereotypes, but anything that isn't a Western country or anything that isn't white, then you can't touch that. Fuck no.
Can't touch that.
If one particular country, nationality, race or gender or whatever, if one is up for the taking when it comes to banter, then they're all up for the taking as far as I'm concerned. Nothing wrong with what we've seen tonight. Good promo for John Cena. And you know what? It's not just the Asians. He gives it to the Mexicans as well.
He gives it to every race. Up next, we've got two races. We've got the Mexican Guerrero taking on Black Boy Benjamin. And Shelton Benjamin wins. So they're seriously putting over Team Angle tonight.
Yeah, they are. I mean, I don't think they deserve these wins, but they've got them anyway.
They don't. Then out of nowhere, Hugh Hefner appears. Yeah, Playboy. A WWE diva will soon be in Playboy. Who will it be?
Taz seems to think it's going to be Stephanie McMahon for whatever reason.
Shane McMahon will buy all the copies. That gimmick's not going away. Here comes the incest.
God damn it.
Anyway, right, who's it going to be? Who knows? Then we had the FIDE bra and panties match between Tori Wilson and Dawn Marie. Yeah, as Online World of Wrestling put it, the usual ripping off of the clothes. They don't like clothes getting ripped off. Tori wins. I don't think a heel has ever won this match. Nydia runs down to the ring. Don't even know what Nydia's doing here because this whole feud's between Wilson and Marie, and then ends up getting spanked and then just runs off. Then it's main event time. You've got Brock Lesnar, John Cena. John Cena gave a pretty me Brock Lesnar. He gave me muscle, but he didn't give me brain.
Yeah, it was a good wee rap.
And as for the match between Brock Lesnar and John Cena, it was fine. It was short. There was turnbuckles getting used. There was Brock Lesnar getting choked out by Big John. I'm seeing a future here of John.
Yep, big chain,
John.
Doctor of Fuckonomics, bang to the head. But in the end, Brock Lesnar too strong, hits a couple of overhead belly to bellies, then hits the F5 after John Cena crashed his head into the turnbuckle. He wanted to Angle after the match. Angle didn't want to show. Paul Heyman told Angle not to go out there, so Brock Lesnar F5'd Big Match John into the turnbuckle post like he did Angle. The move that took Angle out. Angle then was like, you know what, Heyman, I'm not going to let him punk me out like this. Angle goes out, gets nose to nose with Brock. I'll face you, Brock, just not tonight. So Angle agrees to face him next week. Brock attacks Angle. He's going for the F5 again on Angle into the post. Then we get Team Angle come out to make the save, but unfortunately, there's only 2 members of Team Angle, and that's not enough to defeat Brock Lesnar. Who's going to save Team Angle? Well, certainly not Kurt, because he's halfway up the ramp. Brock takes out both members. They might be the tag team champs, but Brock made them look like tag team chumps, to be honest. And then Brock closed in on Angle, picked up the belt, and Angle's like, next week, Brock, next week. And then Cole says, oh, next week we're getting Brock versus Angle. And you know what? It's like, didn't Brock win the Rumble? Isn't Kurt Angle the champion? I believe this is in the era where you didn't really have a choice. No, the choice wasn't really there up until the following year when Benoit decided to move to Raw because he was getting screwed on SmackDown. That's how the whole choosing thing came around. At this point, there wasn't a choice. Brock was a SmackDown guy. He won the Rumble, therefore he was getting the SmackDown title shot at Mania.
Yep.
Why the fuck is it we get... Why do they even advertise? It doesn't even make logical sense, right? Even if they don't give us it next week, even if you don't get the match, it makes no sense that they would even do that story to begin with. It makes no sense that they would run with that. It's just so dumb.
No, I agree. I don't understand why you would waste this match
Different Booker taking on Triple H or something next week because you don't know you're getting that at Mania.
No, yeah, I know.
But Brock's already earned his right. He's earned the title shot by winning the Rumble. This is just dumb. I mean, this wouldn't have happened up to this point.
It's weird though. You're getting the 2 Mania main events essentially on free TV in the same week. You could argue that's a good thing in terms of like, here, how great was 2003, but the show wasn't so great. I'm going to give it a 5.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give it a 6. 6 out of 10.
5.5 out of 10. No Way Out. Only 9 days away, something like that. Till next time. 5.5. Peace.
Coaches normally sit on the sidelines, but for the second week in a row, Jonathan Coachman was sitting on the front lines, on the commentary desk. It may be No Way Out on Sunday, but tonight there was no way out for Jim Ross as he had to go from doing commentary to wrestling in the squared circle. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. And as Eric Bischoff would say, I'm back. And tonight he was back in the ring, kicking JR's redneck ass.
Stone Cold, get some barbecue sauce on Sean Morley.
I think JR will need a lot of barbecue sauce to make him feel better after this beatdown. He was leaking the ketchup, as they say, coming out of his forehead. Well,
it was. Right, I seen this meme and it made me think of JR. Well, this guy caught a fish and he got a big tub of barbecue sauce, opened the fish's mouth and just poured the entire bottle into it. Is that something JR would do?
It's a bit sick. Did he kill the fish first?
I don't know. No, it was alive. It was gurgitating it up. Anyway, JR will be gurgitating later on in tonight's show with a bit of cinder block in his mouth.
I wish you hadn't brought that up. That's actually made me upset now.
Yeah, because you know what? Barbecue sauce is strong. Any form of sauce, I think doing a whole bottle of sauce would imagine it was hot sauce.
Like I'm not saying you can't be eating fish, but I think if you're going to do something like that, just fucking put the fish out of its misery.
No, I agree, but I mean the whole gimmick is do it while it's alive. Will JR do it to Shark Boy on TNA? Good old Ross Jim. Good young, bad young Ross Jim.
I think Ross Jim crossed the line. But anyway, enough about fish. Let's move into it. This show didn't smell of fish, not at all. It was a good show. We kick off with Rob Van Dam, with Kane taking on Lance Storm with William Regal. No 5-minute entrances for each guy. Bang, bang, down to the ring. Here we go. Match, lock up, boom, boom. And Kane and RVD will get tag team title shots at No Way Out because RVD was victorious. Boom, boom, boom. No Way Out looking like a decent card so far.
Looking like a decent card so far. It's a decent match to kick off the show. It's what I like to see. Backstage, got another tag team in the making. Jeff Hardy, Shawn Michaels. Don't know really where it's came from.
The New Rockers.
Ex-junkie, current junkie. Let's throw them together.
Yeah, well, people do say that Jeff Hardy reminds them of a young Shawn Michaels.
It's mad though to think at this stage like Shawn Michaels is like almost like the recruiting type. He's on the verge of another retirement. It's mad. Wrestling's weird.
He's the old guy. He looks around now. He sees these younger talents.
Bischoff, though, he's wished good luck, because you're going to need it in his match with Stone Cold.
Bischoff had lost his smile here, to be honest.
He did.
Took one out of Shawn Michaels' book, but then he says to Michaels, Jeff Hardy, I think it might be you guys needing luck. So, yeah, what's Bischoff got planned up his sleeve? Well, he comes down. Chief Morley gets in fight it. He says that the Raw locker room, they're lucky to have EB as the GM, but they're not lucky to have the Dudleys because they've been suspended, so they're done. They're not going to be here tonight. Jeff Hardy and Shawn Michaels gets booked against Jericho and Christian. No DQ match. And then he says, since Spike liked handicap 3-on-1 matches so much last week, Spike's going to get to BM1 tonight. But unfortunately, he will be making up the 1 and not the 3.
Absolutely not. Then he talks about the fact he's got an 8-degree black belt, and he says he's going to whip Stone Cold Steve Austin's ass at No Way Out. Then he says, Stone Cold, Stone Cold, points to JR, tonight I'm going to kick your ass, Jim. And I tell you what, I think they did a good job of building up Bischoff, right? Because the past couple of weeks he's kind of been across as like, I mean, he's a typical authority figure, but I think the whole watermelon kicking, cinder block bashing, cinder bits of wood peeling, he did a good job.
That was later on in the night, but yep, sure, by all means, spoil the rest of the show, why not? We move on, backstage, Victoria, Stephen Richards, Jazz. Stephen Richards looks like he didn't want to be here, trying to convince Jazz and Victoria that they can be a tag team, but Jazz doesn't care. She came here to eliminate Trish Stratus and to be the most dominant diva in wrestling. Pretty strange that she never came here to be the champion, just came here to be the most dominant.
No, it does nothing for me, Jazz. Victoria and Stevie Richards, I would just prefer if they did their own thing. Jazz absolutely sucks.
Yeah, I don't like Jazz.
20 years before her time.
But Jazz suggests that Victoria won't be champion for long. We then get the Divas match, Molly Holly and Jacqueline versus Jazz and Victoria. Jazz wins, Jazz proclaims the bitch is back. And then Jazz and Victoria, slap each other and they seem to get along, so here, who knows. Maybe we have a new tag team here in the making. And I get an interview with Tori and Booker T. Booker says Goldust is recovering at home, he'll be back in a few weeks. He says that there's something wrong with him, but there was always something wrong with Goldie. Then Booker basically says he's going to get revenge on Evolution, one way or another.
Absolutely. Then Evolution appear, start making jokes. Triple H is like, you've got Booker in the cooker. Then Randy Orton suggests that Booker T is the most electrifying man in sports entertainment.
That would be Goldust.
Exactly. But Online World of Wrestling, they like pointing out botches. They botch all the time. Look at, imagine saying it's Booker T's the most electrifying. It was clearly Goldust. He's the guy who got fucking electrocuted. Why would they say Booker T?
Why would we care about what Online World of Wrestling say?
Why not? We had on. We seem to take obsession with what they say every week.
Yeah, but this is just a typo.
Typo? Booker T is getting pushed to the moon. And Triple H is about to whip out the line, shouldn't you be getting my bags, brother?
Well, let's move on to the next segment. Tribute.
Bit depressing here. R.I.P. Mr. Perfect. Jerry Lawler seemed a bit teary-eyed. Jim Ross pretty much went, over to you, King, have a match tonight. And King had to cut like a 2-minute promo about Mr. Perfect. Sad, showing you all Mr. Perfect's moments, but it's like, you've got these moments where he's like throwing a towel with like his left hand and he catches it with his right, and like, anybody could do that. At least when he's making like a 50-yard basketball shot, not everyone can do that. Now, you can sigh all you want. I like Mr. Perfect, but I'm not going to pretend throwing a towel with your left hand to your right hand's the bee's knees.
Well, he can do that on his way to the ring, but he can't exactly fucking pull out a basketball hook, can he, and shoot a 50-yard shot? You doted bastard.
No, hold on. No. There was loads of vignettes the guy did.
Aye, but there was never a vignette where he just threw a towel. That was just part of the thing he did onto the ring. That was like,
See when you said
that was like The Rock lifting his eyebrow. The Rock can do that, but he can't. The Rock couldn't.
See when you said that he can do it on his way to the ring, I thought you were going to say he could do it on his way to hell or something. I was like, fucking relaxing.
Anyway, I like Mr. Perfect. It's a shame his son fucking sucks.
Michael McGillick. His real son was Dolph Ziggler.
You know what? You almost feel like they were trying to go down this route with Dolph Ziggler, but they just, I think that just shows you how much wrestling sucks, because a lot of people say that they were trying to push Dolph Ziggler as Mr. Perfect because Ziggler used to say he was like perfect and his whole song had perfection in it.
Perfection.
But it's like, this guy, you look at Dolph Ziggler and you look at Mr. Perfect. I mean, one was a star and the other one was just a guy that fucking did wrestling moves at the end of the day.
Yeah, no, that's what it is, but it's a shame. I mean, around this period, you lost a lot of wrestlers. Crash Holly, Mr. Perfect, Big Boss Man, to name a few.
That's all it takes. You want a guy to be perfect, just have a couple of vignettes. Show him doing things that other guys can't do. Dolph Ziggler's idea of being perfect was putting on great matches. He was putting on the same matches as everyone else.
Yeah, he
So
was.
how does that make Ziggler stand out as being perfect?
Talking of not so
But
great
you know what I
match-
mean, Jim? Mr. Perfect wasn't... You didn't see Mr. Perfect throw a touchdown pass for 70 yards and then fucking Brutus Beefcake picked up the ball and went, I can do that as well, boom.
Fuck the 80 yards.
Dolph Ziggler goes out and puts on a 20-minute match and he says, I'm perfect, no one can follow me. Then the next match is another 20-minute match, the exact same match. It's like, you know, what's so special about him? Nothing.
You're not down with the Brown, then you can leave. Up next, we got Terry Long.
I just didn't get this. So Terry Long, because D'Lo lost last week and he didn't like the fact D'Lo lost to... I mean, let's be honest, he lost to a black man. It's not like he lost to a white boy. D'Lo replaces... I mean, D'Lo gets replaced by Rodney Mack. So what Terry Long does is he replaces a black man with a guy that's not as black. And it's like, down with the Brown was such a good wee saying. Now he can't use that.
Yeah, like, what can you even say with the Mac?
Are you ready for the attack of the Mac?
Return of the Mac? Big Mac?
I don't know.
Rodney's going to hit you with a Mac 9?
Why not bring in Rodney Mack and keep D'Lo Brown? Does that mean he's going to get rid of Rodney Mack next time he loses a match?
Hopefully, because he dropped Al Snow on his neck.
It wasn't the greatest debut for Rodney Mack. Some people say he's not black, but I mean, at the end of the day, who cares?
There's a lot of Reddit boards back in 2003 claiming his race was not black, so that's what it is.
I didn't even know Reddit existed that long ago.
It did.
But there you go. We then go backstage, got Chris Jericho and Christian. They're talking about their match for Jeff Hardy and Shawn Michaels. I mean, it wasn't great. It was Jericho and Christian really. They're not bad, like, but it didn't really blow me away. We got a tag team no DQ match then. Jericho and Christian versus Jeff Hardy and Shawn Michaels. Basically a handicap match. Shawn Michaels gets cuffed to the ring post, but then Jericho gets too close, eats a sweet chin music, and then Jeff Hardy defeats Jericho. Wasn't expecting that. And after the match, Chris Jericho's pissed that Jeff Hardy hasn't won a match in about 20 years, and he decides to win his first match against him. He's going to celebrate a victory against him. Jericho's like, nah, that can't happen. Not on my watch.
So it's going to be those two colliding at No Way Out. I think, again, it just goes down the similar formula that I talked about earlier. I think everyone who came out on top tonight is simply just going to lose at No Way Out. But yeah, it's good seeing Michaels back. It's good seeing Michaels back wrestling on free TV. It's been a while since that Van Damme match, just at the back end of 2002. So I welcome it. Up next, we had a throwaway match. It was Hurricane against Christopher Nowinski. This is weird. This feels like we're just giving Hurricane a win because his little mini feud with the Rock's around the corner. Match did nothing for me, and it was about 9-10 minutes long. Just he wins, and even King and JR were like, "What's going on here?" It just felt flat,
Yeah.
out of place.
It was flat. Didn't really do it for me. I mean, it is what it is. Just a strange match to have on the card.
Chief Morley backstage, he's wearing a big cowboy hat, he's going Stone Cold, Stone Cold. Bischoff's doing all his mad moves backstage, well, some of them at least, for he does a wee bit more out in the ring, but can he win tonight? He's got that black belt, we'll see what happens. Up next, handicap match, Spike Dudley against 3 Minute Warning and Rico. You couldn't pick a more perfect opponent to get battered in a 3-on-1 match. Ragdolled. Every move that Rosie and Jamal did, especially off the top rope, I'm surprised that Spike Dudley wasn't coughing up his ribcage.
Yeah, I mean, Spike Dudley really did take a battering tonight, especially the splash at the end. I mean, Spike Dudley, he's like, if you want to put a team over, he's a good guy to get dominated, but I just had enough of 3 Minute Warning.
No, I've had enough 3 Minute Warning. I think, come on, they've ran their course, man. I mean, they debuted doing dirty stuff for Bischoff, and now they're still doing it after like a couple of month hiatus of not doing it. Up next with Terry, backstage with Scott Steiner and Booker T. Booker T interrupts Scott Steiner's promo. Scott Steiner's promo didn't really make much sense. He talked about how he's the better man and he's going to beat Triple H and there's nothing Triple H can do. But then if you look what happened at the Rumble, it's like, well, he got disqualified and retained the belt, and it's not like at No Way Out there's a stipulation where that can't happen. So could he not just do that?
Yeah, I mean, surely there should have been something put in place here, no DQ, but then again, if you do that, that helps Triple H. Steel cage match or something.
It just shows you the aura and, you know, the star power of Austin, because I feel like ever since McMahon returned just before the Rumble, Austin has took centre stage on Raw
Without even being there.
Yeah, like Steiner and Triple H have took a backward seat.
It's like, who cares about the Steiner Triple H stipulation? We've got Stone Cold on the show.
And he's not even there. Up next we've got the tag match. Yeah, thought it was a fine match, but Booker T pins Triple H.
Yeah, with the scissors kick. I mean, yeah, Steiner took Triple H out first, but just wasn't really expecting that.
No, it was utterly bizarre. But again, I just think they're letting everyone who's not going to win at the pay-per-view win here. I get it. It's Booker T pinning Triple H, not Steiner, and it's probably a bit of long-term booking, knowing what's going to happen at Mania. But anyway, up next, we've got the main event. Bischoff against good old JR. We've got watermelons, we've got some cinder blocks, we've got pieces of wood. Bischoff's breaking them. Do you think it was gimmicky woods and cinder blocks, or do you think this was legit?
Absolutely, or else Austin might not come back.
Yeah.
If he's seen Bischoff doing this kind of damage for real, Austin might just keep his ball and stay home.
JR comes out. No holds barred. He says anyone and anything can get involved tonight. JR actually gets the upper hand, but then Morley starts battering JR. They get him bloody. Cinder blocks. Bang. Good night. Out comes King. King doesn't really do much. JR gets up against the ropes. Bischoff then does like a commando chop to JR's stomach. While he did this, in the background, you just seen King fly face first into the ring post, which I thought was pretty funny. But it was a karate chop to the ribs of JR that got the pin. And then he gets a couple of beers, pours it over JR, and that was it. I honestly think this ending needed Austin to return.
How else do you want JR to get beat? Just out of curiosity, like.
Well, could the cinder block spot though? I just done it. I mean, it takes him like 10 minutes to stand up, and then it's a karate chop to the stomach. Oh, come on. How do I want JR to get beat? I think a karate chop to the head might have worked more than the fucking stomach. What?
I mean, possibly. I mean, you got Jerry Lawler making the save after the cinder block spot. I get it, maybe Jerry Lawler thought that crossed the line, but why not attempt to make the save before that was done, you know?
Yeah, he obviously thought that Bischoff was going to do the cinder block spot. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was chaotic. It was funny, but I think it could have been booked a bit better. And you had Austin appear last week after the show. Why not have him appear this week on the actual show? Anyway, that is it for your Raw Go Home show for No Way Out. Was that a good show? Yes. I'm going to give it a 7.
I'm giving it a 7 as well. Decent show. Not great, but decent for sure. Looking forward to No Way Out.
Absolutely, guys. And I tell you what, if you could rate the match card promos, I'd give them a 10. Bring me to life, and we're going through all the matches. You've got Hollywood Hogan against The Rock. It's Hollywood Hogan versus The Rock. Good shit, isn't it? Black and white background. Austin.
I miss it.
Miss it. Some good. What happened to match cards, guys? Movable match cards. What happened? Anyway, till next time. Peace.
No Way Out is this Sunday, but tonight there was no way out for Brock Lesnar as he found himself in a triple Team Angle sandwich. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling here for your SmackDown review for the 20th of February 2003 in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Yes, 3 men for Brock tonight as we are 3 days away from No Way Out, but The Rock. He kicks off tonight in Indiana. He refers to the Hicks. Oh, I wasn't talking about you Hicks in the crowd, brother. I was talking about the trees. The Rock's out there. He answers his cell phone straight out of 2003. It's a flip phone. What do you make of The Rock pretending to talk to people? It's not really for me.
Not too sure, but you know what? Brock Lesnar finding out tonight that he was getting 3 big sweaty men. I bet you Canyon wishes he came out the closet this week.
I bet he does wish that, and it's a sad state of affairs. Brock wrestling 3 matches in one night on free television 21 years ago. Now, you can't even get... I mean, he's wrestled 1 free match in 12 years. Work at it. 3 in one night in 2003.
And it lasted 7 seconds.
And it lasted 7 seconds. Here, some of them the night lasted were pretty short, but more than 7 seconds. But The Rock's promo lasted more than 7 seconds. Talks about the fact that, I don't know if you guys want the catchphrases, most electrifying man, just bring it, shut your mouth, all that good stuff. You want to boo the great one. He was going back and forth. Essentially, you've got half the crowd cheering him, half the fans booing him.
I just don't like this version of The Rock. I think when he gets to Raw, he gets better and he just completely goes heel. But, I mean, at the moment, I think he's trying something different. He's trying to be the old Rock that we all love, but with, like, this little bit of heel flavour, this Hollywood flavour. And it's just not really working. But I think when he gets to Raw, he'll probably just commit to the whole Hollywood thing. But right now, it's strange, on the phone, pretending to talk to people. That doesn't really work for me.
Doesn't work for me, but is it because they're afraid to pull the trigger and just make The Rock go heel? I mean, that could be it. They're just testing the waters, which is fair enough, but let's see by the end tonight what The Rock is. But it was alright, but let's not pretend this was great.
I'm going to disagree. I think they already see what happened at WrestleMania when The Rock was face and Hogan was heel, and they were all booing The Rock and cheering Hogan. For me, if anything, they should have looked at that and went, right, we need to fully commit then to The Rock being an ultra heel here, because we already know the way the crowd want to go. We've already seen them display who they want to cheer for and who they want to boo. So just having The Rock be half a heel is it's a waste. It's a waste for me, because they should just fully commit and like go, right, these people are going to cheer for Hogan anyway, so may as well let's have The Rock be a bastard.
And McMahon picked him, which obviously has its heel tendencies right in there, because McMahon's the heel against Hulkamania, so why would McMahon pick a face? And The Rock, I mean, you're right. Hopefully, when he goes to... But when he is on Raw, he's a proper heel. When The Rock concert, when he's feuding with Hurricane in Austin, it's heel. Goldberg, it's heel, so who knows?
I think that's kind of let Hulk Hogan down, even when he feuded with Triple H. Triple H, they were both faces, and then, The Undertaker's a heel, but... I wouldn't say the American Badass was like an outright... He was just fucking good and no one could beat him, really.
Yeah, he wasn't like a bastardly...
Yeah, he had like... Maybe he had some heel tendencies, but... I don't know, American Badass to me just seemed more like... Kind of reminded me a bit more of like Austin.
Yeah. No, I agree.
You know, like not like a baby face, but at the same...
Anti-hero.
Yeah, so for me, like Hogan's never really had that... He hasn't had many feuds where he's been up against the actual... I mean, the biggest feud... Well, McMahon. He's the biggest heel of them all, so...
Yeah, speaking of heel tendencies, though, we got Chris Benoit taking on the A-Train. Defeats him.
See, when you kill your family, I think I will always see you as a heel.
Aye.
It's going to be hard, but the problem is, I think Benoit, from this point onwards, pretty much is a face the rest of his career. Which is very strange, because I think Benoit suited to being a heel.
Well, he was... You say he was a face the rest of his career. Maybe that final weekend.
Well, maybe not the last weekend, like before the pay-per-view or whatever.
But yeah, he's a very bland face.
For me, Benoit works better as a heel. I think when Benoit first came in, and that period where he was getting pushed as a main eventer and he was taking on Triple H and he was like a credible guy that could win the belt, he did that as a heel. I'm not saying he can't be a face, but to me, he's more suited to being a heel. The only problem with Benoit being a heel is he is a bit short.
Okay, he is, but Kurt Angle's not the tallest, and he works as a heel as a wrestling machine, so why couldn't Benoit do it?
I mean, he could, but a lot of times, like, if heels don't have the physicality and they don't have the... Well, Benoit's got a lot of physicality, but if heels don't have, like, the physical size, then they tend to be able to back it up with their words. I mean, Jericho's not the biggest, but he's always been a good heel. Same with Angle. Benoit doesn't really have that.
Doesn't have... Yeah, actions speak louder than words, though.
They do. You know what? I wonder why Benoit never got a man. Maybe he didn't think he needed one, but I think he could have benefited from one.
Well, no one wanted to be on the road with him. Anyway, he wins. Hogan arrives backstage. We then cut to Funaki, trying to get an interview with The Rock, but he's stopped by The Rock's personal security. Go
Racism.
Away. Go away.
Go away, little man. You don't speak to The Rock. You don't speak to The Rock.
Okay.
SmackDown's #1 announcer not being allowed to speak to The Rock. Why? We've no idea, but he wasn't allowed in. We then got Rikishi versus Johnny Stamboli. Stamboli tried to gorilla press slam Rikishi, didn't work. Rikishi then defeats Stamboli to get a bit of revenge. but gets attacked after the match. For me,
Just Buddy's FBI.
yeah, debut last week, and they didn't have a match, but they came out last week, helped Nunzio beat up Rikishi. First week on the show, and they lose. And I get it, it was a one-on-one match, but surely you could have had Palumbo and Nunzio get involved here, have Stamboli pick up the win, and it doesn't really hurt Rikishi. We've seen Rikishi lose to Bill fucking DeMott.
So why can't he lose to these guys?
What harm would a loss to Johnny Stamboli done? I don't know, just for me, it's not a good sign when you have your first match and you lose.
No, it's not. Backstage team angle, you got Charlie Haas here being far too vocal. It's like, shut up, jabroni. Oh, go on, Kurt's doing push-ups,
As if Kurt needs a pep talk for Charlie Haas.
He doesn't. He definitely doesn't. Kurt says, though, I'm going to prove how good I am by giving Brock a match tonight. Anyway, Viva la Raza. Really cheesy soap opera style up next. The Guerreros talk to this woman who's got a kid. They steal everything, but Guerrero Eddie stole the stuff that mattered. Chavo stole the bottle.
Yeah, so a funny wee segment. They're like, oh, that's a cute little baby, I say. And then they walk away, and Chavo's like, that's the ugliest baby I've ever seen. And then we see Eddie Guerrero. Chavo asks him what time it is. Eddie's pulling out the watch. He's pulling out the phone. He's pulling out the purse. He's pulling out all this stuff that he's just stolen. And then Chavo pulls out some milk and goes to take a drink. And Eddie goes, what do you want that for? I say. And Chavo's like, wow, you stole all the good stuff. I say, I had to take something. Los Guerreros lie, cheat, steal. Nice wee vignette.
Nice wee vignette, but it sums up the careers of both of them.
I think that... What do you mean?
Well, Chavo got a bottle and Eddie got everything else.
Oh, true. But yeah, I think this is when Los Guerreros truly begin to, become a good tag
They've been
team.
nothing.
Up to this point, they've just been Chavo and Eddie in a team.
More like Eddie and Chavo.
Or Eddie and Chavo. But I think once these vignettes start working and we start seeing the whole lying and cheating and stealing thing, this is when, in my opinion, they do get propelled to a top team. A memorable team, a good team.
A great team.
Because right now they've just been the Guerreros.
They've just been the Guerreros, right? Tag team up next. Kidman, Ray versus Matt Hardy and Shannon Moore. Before the match, Matt Hardy stripping all his clothes backstage. Gets to 220. This is when the cruiserweights were 220 and not 205.
He had to get naked in order to do that. The pants had to come off, but don't worry. Hopefully those pants go back on. I'm sure if it was... Spanky, they'd have stayed off. But yeah, Matt Hardy does get down to 220 and he will get his title match, assuming he can keep the weight off over the next 3 days.
Fantastic, looking forward to No Way Out. Nathan Jones, there was no way out for him because he was in jail, but he's out. Oh, I'd like to thank the American people, Governor. Even though that's not an Aussie accent. What did you make of this, Michael Cole? It felt very Heidenreich towards
Matt
the
Hardy,
end.
by the way, pinned Kidman in the match for anybody that cares.
He did. Nathan Jones, though, what about him?
Not a good start for his career, in my opinion.
I just don't think. I mean, he started off face, ended heel, but I mean, you have to do that when you're not an escaped convict, but when you're a former convict, I just don't think being a face works in wrestling. Maybe
I
in a
know,
TV
but he's
show.
talking about happy to be here and all this stuff, and looking forward to his career in the WWE and his ultimate goal to be a champion. It's like, I don't know, if they want him to be this mental killer, should he not just be coming in looking to destroy people?
Foster's good call, Michael Cole. That's a knife. Cole gets
And then he
grabbed,
says the
though.
American people have been very forgiving. Like, why does he want the people to forgive him if he's going to be this heel, if he's going to be this crazy man?
Yeah, he says he's got some unfinished issues with the biggest dog in the yard. I mean, who's that? Is that Undertaker?
Well, people would say Big Show's the biggest dog in the yard, but I
know,
guess...
but Undertaker definitely goes along with that name.
Yeah, it is his yard after all. Right, Undertaker, up next, we get the fucking hell. The closets come out, the big packages, Taker opens the door, and it's a puppy. Okay, it's a puppy. Big fucking wow. And then Taker gives the puppy away, he breaks down the second crate, but Big Show comes out from behind, Big Show attacks him, Big Show chokeslam Undertaker, and then Big Show retreats from the arena, jumps in a limo and drives off.
Awful.
So, are you telling me that the past 3 weeks, these crates have been brought out just so Big Show could get a jump on The Undertaker and then flee the arena? So just so he could jump him, hit a chokeslam and free... I mean, why did Big Show not come out when Undertaker was preoccupied wrestling A-Train? He could have easily just come out and attacked him during that match and hit a choke.
See this feud, right?
What a disaster this has been.
See this feud that...
Well, this is almost as bad as that Undertaker wife thing. Oh, here's Tara or whatever she was called.
No, you know what? That was actually better than this, and we buried that. This, you know what? This only suits if like a woman's involved. But two 7-foot guys, right? Two fucking behemoths. You know, two big ass guys. And Big Show's whipping out presents. Boy George, Canyon, puppies.
No, the presents are irrelevant. The reason why he was whipping it is what is important. And
No.
it was simply so he could jump the Undertaker.
Yeah, but shouldn't the Big Show giving him fucking presents, man? This is embarrassing. No, honestly. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? This is god awful.
What would it have mattered if it was Matt Hardy giving them presents? It's the end result.
No, it wouldn't have mattered. Yeah, but it's just a bit worse.
3 weeks in a
when
row.
it's two monsters doing
3
it.
weeks in a row. Well, you say two more. There's one monster.
If Matt Hardy was giving presents to, I don't know, the guy who weighs him, and he's like, here, if I give you this present, big man, in this big box, will you pretend that I weigh 220 and not 230? I mean, at least that could have a spin. He's blackmailing the guy with presents. What the fuck's this? Just so the Big Show can attack him from behind?
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It's like, what was the fucking point? It's not like Big Show was actually trying to get forgiveness. He just did it and then attacked him.
Honestly, I would say this is some of the worst segments you'll ever see. Considering who's involved. It's Undertaker, for fuck's sake, man. Everything the Big Show touches is a big pile of shite. He needs to stay away. One of the most overrated bastards of this generation.
This will be controversial, but I think Undertaker's run on SmackDown has absolutely sucked so far. And I can almost see why people at this point are happy when he goes back to being the dead man. Because this has been awful. Other than he's had a great match with Brock Lesnar, No Mercy, and he's had a couple of decent matches on SmackDown. Nice wee kind of mini feud with Matt Hardy, but the actual rivalries and the segments, Brock Lesnar stuff wasn't great. This Big Show stuff's been fucking terrible. Can't believe we're heading into WrestleMania and we're getting Undertaker in a handicap match against Big Show and A-Train. It just doesn't feel right to me.
No.
It's not right.
Yeah, that match shouldn't even take place on SmackDown.
And I get it, right? I understand back then, the Undertaker's streak, right, that wasn't as big as a deal. But it's not about this streak. It's about WrestleMania, the biggest pay-per-view of them all, and that the Undertaker's been fucking wasted. No wonder they got Limp Bizkit in. I think they knew that, fuck me, we've jobbed out the Undertaker here, so we need to try and make up and give him a good entrance.
You want to talk about a Mania where they could have did Taker Goldberg? That's it. I mean, Goldberg comes in the very next night. Fuck me, man. Just pay him for the month before. How much better would that have been?
I think it was an issue with the contracts, to be honest.
No, I know it was an issue with... Yeah, it was an issue with the contracts, but contracts can be... Are you trying to tell me, man, WrestleMania 9... I think if you had Taker Goldberg on that card, people would consider it better than X7. Because people already do.
Look, Cena is rising up the ranks.
Yeah, Cena doesn't do anything at Mania.
He cuts a rap on JC like before the show begins, but there's no reason why you couldn't have did Cena Taker. No reason whatsoever. I'm trying to think who else is on SmackDown that's not on Mania. Right, I'm struggling, I'll be honest, but yeah, you could have done something. Point is, you definitely could have done something.
You know, the talk was, right, it's supposed to be a 2-on-2 match with Nathan. I think Taker against Nathan Jones makes it. At least you would be trying to build a star in Jones. Even though he sucks, a 2-on-1 handicap match against Big Show and A-Train.
True, but you can kind of see why they didn't do Taker versus Nathan Jones at WrestleMania, because that could have ended in a fucking disaster.
Yo, I've never watched Big Show at A-Train.
But I can't imagine this match is going to be great.
I think Taker against the puppy he whipped out here could have been better. Pile driver to the puppy. But anyway, let's move on to the puppies, because we've got a paddle or a pole match. Tori Wilson against Nydia. Jamie Noble, he runs down, he interferes, allowing Nydia to climb up, gets the paddle, and wins. They're spanking Tori. Jamie Noble here holding Tori Wilson down. A little bit rapey here for Jamie Noble, but then Funaki, number one announcer, comes down. He doesn't intervene, he just commentates, and of course he intervenes. Funaki makes the save.
What a guy. Wasn't expecting him to come out to the rescue. I thought he'd be too busy trying to get an interview with The Rock, but nah. I guess since his announcing duties are over for the night, he's out here to make the save. Super Funaki.
Super Funaki, but the Hulkster, he's backstage outside The Rock's dressing room. He tries to get in.
And he can't get in either. You know, it's one thing not allowing Funaki in, but when you're not allowing the Hulkster in, it's like, listen, you fake jabroni security guards, what are you doing?
What are you doing, not letting the Hulkster in? But the Hogan comes out. But before he can even speak, The Rock's music hits and out comes The Rock. The two megastars exchange a mandatory stare down, at the centre of the ring. It's just like The Rock, they look at each other, The Rock's like, you know what, Hogan, I think an apology is due. Rock says, I want it, a year ago your career was nothing, and The Rock reignited Hulkamania at WrestleMania. The Rock says, right, how about you get the millions and but the fans aren't buying it, they don't want it. He's like, you know what, Hogan, I'm just having fun. He pretty much just backtracked on everything he just said in this promo. Hogan doesn't know. Hogan's acting like a goof. He's like half ripping the shirt off, but half keeping it on. He's like, you know what, Hogan, I do respect you. How about you shake my hand? Hogan then goes to reach out, and The Rock spits in Hogan's face. The ultimate sign of disrespect. Is this the final nail in The Rock turning heel's coffin? Probably, but I don't know. I don't think the feud this year is that good. Compare it to last year. The Rock getting like mangled in an ambulance, so the NWO run them over. How much fucking better is that?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot better. And I'm not saying that the Hogan suits the heel dynamic better. I don't think that's necessarily the reason. It just feels like, you know what, that this is the pay-per-view before WrestleMania and they're half-assing it. That's kind of what it feels like.
I agree. You know what?
It's like the Rock is basically a pit stop in the road to Hogan versus McMahon.
Which is weird to say.
Yeah, now, I mean, I guess back then they didn't really do back-to-back Manias, but I suppose if it was Rock versus Hogan at WrestleMania 19, we'd be getting a better build-up. I'd have to believe that.
This is just speculation, right? But I honestly think at this stage they probably don't even have Austin and Rock penciled in. Maybe they've got it penciled in, but it's not in ink. It just feels very weird.
I don't think they've got Rock and Austin penciled in. I would imagine that Austin probably came back and thought, yeah, you know what? I can't really go anymore. I'll just put the Rock over and that's me done.
Think that's it, as simple as that?
Unless Austin has... I mean, Austin might have agreed that he will come back and just put the Rock over, then that's him retiring almost, but I mean, I'm not convinced. Austin basically said that he knew WrestleMania 19 was going to be his last match.
It's a shame. Maybe if Austin knew that before he took his ball and went home, we could have got a full proper last year, Austin, but he took his ball and he went home. But as for this, we're going to take our ball and go home because, I mean, it was alright. It's Hogan and Rock, right? It's never going to be horrendous, but it wasn't that good at the same time, right? Brock comes to the ring. Right. Kurt, come out here. Kurt comes out, you know what, I didn't tell you stipulations. You're going to take on Haas, and then if you beat him, you're going to take on Benjamin. Then if you beat him, you can face me. He defeats Haas, and then defeats Benjamin. Then Kurt gets immediately disqualified. You get a big brawl. Edge and Benoit come out. Haven't seen these two guys before, interacting with these two guys. Ha 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 ha. It's just fucking repetitive, man.
The new SmackDown 6.
Yeah, the new SmackDown 6. I just don't care for Team Angle, man. It's Kurt or nothing. That's what it is. Kurt's the man. He doesn't need these two.
Yeah, I mean, they don't even feel like they're individual. These could be the Angle heads, like the Edge heads. That's all that they are. They're just two guys that wear singlets like Kurt Angle.
And see on SmackDown, right, I think there's just a serious lack of authority. Stephanie McMahon barely appears, didn't appear tonight, right? And I think the Hogan Rock feud also would have benefited if McMahon was in it.
Yeah, you look at Raw and you feel like Bischoff's running the show, Bischoff's in charge.
It feels like Bischoff's involved in every single feud.
He's making matches, all the important decisions kind of go around Eric Bischoff.
He interacts with everybody.
On SmackDown, it's like you'll see Stephanie there some weeks, then other weeks you won't see her.
Like he's even got Morley. What? Stephanie's never there and she doesn't have a number 2. SmackDown's garbage, man. It is. See, compared to Raw, it's fucking night and day.
Yeah, for me, I'm not a fan. I guess people that prefer wrestling do enjoy SmackDown more because you tend to get more wrestling on the show, but I mean, 2003 is the year of the big guys, so I don't know how that's going to go down.
Matt Hardy's brilliant, right? But he shouldn't be the standout every week, more or less.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so, I think Brock Lesnar's momentum's died.
Yeah, it's beginning to die.
No, honestly, ever since Survivor Series, I've not been impressed with Brock Lesnar.
I don't think nothing up until the Rumble.
And also, see when they took Heyman away from him, maybe it's like they don't really think Brock's that good in the mic, so they're trying to keep him off TV. but they've done nothing with the guy. You can see why they put Heyman back with him.
Yeah.
Because I see at the moment, he's just doing nothing. Like, it's really poor. Brock Lesnar doesn't seem like a guy that should be going into WrestleMania 19 main event in the show.
No, he shouldn't be, but then you look at Booker T, Triple H, and should that really main event? Who knows? But we have to rate this show. Last one before No Way Out. I am going to give it I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10. I really wasn't impressed.
4 out of 10 there, man. I was going to give it a 5, so it's a 4.5 out of 10. Not the greatest SmackDown. Hopefully No Way Out is good, but I don't know. The No Way Out card doesn't really excite me.
I'm just praying that Hogan and McMahon carry this fucking show till Mania. But when you've got that, I was the right place at the wrong time, right place, brother. Can that really carry it for 4 weeks, 6 weeks, whatever it is?
How long does the McMahon-Hogan feud go on? Because you've got Mr. America as well and all that shit, so, I mean, you could be looking at a...
What is Hogan's last match in 03?
Don't know. Can I tell you?
Yeah, it's just weird. Anyway, guys, looking forward to the fallout of that, but I mean, the rest, I just don't really care for. Anyway, 4.5, till next time. Peace. 3 title matches, Rock Hogan 2, and 1 return of the GOAT, Stone Cold Steve Austin. If that ain't enough to bring you to life, I don't know what is. It's No Way Out 2003, have a bit of that. Evan sense. The sense is greatness on paper, greatness in reality.
Not really.
Not really. It's probably the most generic, average show you could have got for the year 2003. It was stacked. It was stacked to the gills.
Yeah, it was a star-studded show. Unfortunately, it just didn't really turn out to be a great show. I mean, it was good. It was okay. I mean, it wasn't bad. It didn't suck. But when you look at the names and the talent that were on this show, it was star-studded. I've seen a lot of people say that this was a WrestleMania lineup in terms of the names that were on No Way Out. And you'd probably have to agree with that. I mean, you can't really disagree with it. There was a lot of names here that will be at WrestleMania 19. So, yeah, in terms of the card, you know, it was a lot of big names. If you paid money to go to this show, how could you possibly be disappointed seeing Austin, seeing Hogan, seeing Rock, seeing Taker, seeing Brock, seeing pretty much everybody, seeing Triple H,
Angle, Ric Flair,
you got that guy
Shawn
that
Michaels,
screwed over Bret Hart. Yeah, so you had a shitload of people on the show, but I don't know, the show just didn't really deliver. So
it never got going. Yeah, I think it's a decent show. We're making it. We're going to get like a 1 out of 10. It's a good show.
I think with who was on the show though, you expect it more.
No, I totally agree. We kicked off right. No way out. You hear Jonathan Coachman's voice, you know you're in for a long night.
Yeah, disappointed, but here at least they're selling the whole Jim Ross thing.
Good old JR. Yeah, the intro package.
Here, Coachman's not that bad on commentary.
No, he's not, but he's not JR. No one is.
Well, no one is, but like I said, he's not that bad, so I can live with Coachman. Don't worry though, we got a nice wee surprise later on in the night. But we start with William Regal and Lance Storm taking on Kane and RVD.
We just do not, big man. It's actually Chris Jericho against Jeff Hardy.
So it is. How the hell could I forget about that? Yeah, it was Jericho versus Jeff Hardy. This was the second longest match of the night, and it was decent. I mean, it was a decent opener, no doubt about it. But there was just no stakes on the line, and for me, I think you should try and kick off the first match with something on the line, and they didn't do that here. But yeah, I mean, it was a decent match. Jeff Hardy looking a hell of a lot stronger than he has in recent times.
HBK banned for ringside. This has to be Jeff Hardy. This has to be one of Jeff Hardy's last things in WWE.
I believe it's his last match before he jets off to TNA. A little bit strange that they just decided to give him a pay-per-view match. I doubt that they knew he was leaving, or else
he must have dropped the ball or the meth or something.
Yeah, so a bit strange anyway. Jericho wins, good match, decent match to start the show. Michaels comes out at the end after
out the building.
Yeah, Michaels comes down to take out Christian and Jericho, and he got the whole booed and you screwed Brett treatment for the Canadian fans, which I'm not really surprised. Is that why Shawn Michaels is banned from ringside? Because they maybe didn't want Shawn Michaels to be at ringside during the match, because it would have probably just been 15 minutes of Shawn Michaels getting shat on.
True, yeah. I mean, 15 minutes of him just sitting on the outside would have just been awkward, because the match would have got hijacked.
Yeah, would have took away from it. No one would have been paying attention, and pretty much HBK would have been getting insults hurled at him all match. So yeah, decent opener. Then got a backstage segment. Kurt Angle's hanging out with Team Angle. He says he's got a plan. When the people out there, they might say tonight that Team Angle sucks, but he told Haas and Benjamin not to listen to them, and he knows how they can get the upper hand tonight. And that Canada is just jealous that they don't have any gold medal heroes like America. Good promo for Kurt Angle. He always delivers.
It's good promo for Kurt. I just don't dig Kurt. I dig Kurt. I just don't dig Team Angle. These two just stick out like sore thumbs, man.
It could be anybody playing this role.
No, it could be. Here, we had Dolph Ziggler against John Morrison, didn't we, a couple of weeks ago?
We did.
Those two could literally be in this role. Obviously, right, I think Benjamin and Haas, well, I don't think, I know that they're a bit more polished in the ring, but see, at this stage, I don't care. You know what I mean?
I don't care.
I don't care anymore. Evolution arrive in an icy looking limousine.
Yeah, there was a lot of ice in this limousine. Pretty crazy. It must be some bad weather out there.
In Toronto.
Triple H goes out the limo himself. Normally, when you're in a limo, someone lets you out, aka the driver, but Triple H got out himself, so he mustn't be as big as a star as McMahon, because I'm sure McMahon would have had some jabroni let him out the limo, but whatever. We then go to the World Tag Team title match. Rigo and Lance Storm taking on Kane and RVD. I mean, it was an okay match, but we've seen this finish before where Kane gets distracted and he's immobilized because his mask is coming off. Although at least this time they done a little bit of a different twist. Instead of running to the back, he ended up choke slamming Rob Van Dam, thinking it was maybe Lance Storm or something. So, I mean, yeah, I get it. Cool little finish. Rigo and Lance Storm retain. There was one spot during the match where Rigo actually landed on his back of his dome and looks like he probably got a concussion. I actually read that Rigo, in fact, did have a concussion, though, and that he has to take a few months out, and therefore he's getting replaced as a tag team champ on Raw. So.
Pretty mad. I mean, a few months off for concussion. Well, I mean, I guess they learned from Bret Hart. Don't want to take the rest of your career off.
True, so maybe William Regal decided, no, I need to call it a day. So
Jeff Hardy.
Not call it a day, but call it a few months.
Yeah, I mean, so they'll probably give them up on Raw.
I believe it's just a replacement.
Who do you think it is? Wait, I'm actually pretty sure it's Chief Morley.
I think that's who it is. Anyway, the match was alright. William Regal and Lance Storm retain, and Regal gets to be a champion for another 24 hours.
Brilliant. Jeff Hardy slaps Matt Hardy backstage. Oh, yeah. And then Matt Hardy comes out, him against Billy Kidman. It's a fine match. Matt Hardy wins. Absolutely the correct decision here.
Matt says if Jeff had some attitude, he wouldn't be a loser.
He wouldn't be losing every match.
And I think he's right. And yep, Matt Hardy does beat Billy Kidman with a twist of fate off the top rope. Pretty cool finish. Pretty good match. Again, I mean, the 3 matches so far have been solid. They've been okay. They've been good, but they haven't really been anything better than that. So, I mean, it's a decent start to the show. Matt Hardy, Cruiserweight Champion. I like it. We then found Edge laid out backstage. No explanations, but, I mean, what do you need explained to you? It was obviously Team Angle. This was Angle's master plan. You've got Benoit doing the overacting. You've got Brock Lesnar doing pretty much no acting, just standing there awkwardly with Stephanie McMahon asking
him like this.
Who, what, where, when, you know, and it's just, I don't know, the segment seems a little bit cheap to me. Like, why was Benoit so fucking... the way Benoit was getting on, you'd think it was his wife or son that was laid out.
Yeah, we'll have to wait 4 years for that. Moving on to the grudge match, Taker against Big Show. And you know what? This might be an unpopular opinion. I thought this match was fine.
That is an unpopular opinion. For me, this
is... You think how bad do you think the match was? Actually?
I thought the match sucked, but this is when the show started going downhill for me. Just
really
longest match of the night as well.
Wait, whoa. Was it?
Yes, and I thought it was even longer. It lasted like 14 minutes. Longest match of the night. Dragged on, absolutely dragged on, man. I cannot believe how this just lasted forever.
How long was it? Out of curiosity, about 20 minutes.
14
minutes. I mean, it was only a 2.5 hour show. When I say it was fine, right, I mean it was passable for a Big Show match. I'm not sitting here.
Well, I was hoping for something similar to what we got with Big Show and Brock at Survivor Series. I was hoping for something like that, quick and painless.
Which was equally shite.
But nah, this was
drawn out and painless painful.
This was drawn out and painful. We get Undertaker winning the match with the Dragon Sleeper or some sort of chokehold, triangle chokehold.
He did a good spot to the outside. There was a bit of blood. It could have been worse.
I mean, it was all right, but I mean, it just is what it is. It's Undertaker versus Big Show. Didn't care for any of the build up to it, and I didn't care for the match. A-Train got involved. He had to carry Big Show's bloody ass backstage after he delivered a double-handed choke slam, choke bomb to the Undertaker. I just look at A-Train. You guys like debuted this new personality, this new look. He's a pretty big guy. He's physical. He's a lot faster though than the Big Show. Dare say he's more athletic and put on a better match than the Big Show. I don't know why he just didn't push A-Train, but I get it. McMahon will never really push anybody other than Big Show as the monster because he believes that being the biggest and the heaviest makes you the best monster there can possibly be. I mean, I disagree with that. For me, I think A-Train, just for his ability and what he can do, for me, and just the whole derailer thing and running through people just makes more sense. I think you could have booked A-Train as a much more believable monster than the Big Show. The Big Show's a fucking job. We've already seen this guy job it to Brock Lesnar. Paul Heyman shitting his pants every time Brock Lesnar would get close to him. Now we're supposed to pretend that he's a killing machine that the Undertaker can't beat. We've seen Big Show get beat time and time again. At least A-Train got repackaged and came back. Doesn't help that he's lost every fucking match almost since, but whatever. For me, I'd have went with A-Train versus Taker at WrestleMania.
What I think sucks about it though is he pretty much beat them 2-on-1 here. And that's what the Mania match ends up being. So, pointless. Backstage, McMahon says, if anybody interferes in the Austin Bischoff match, there'll be fire. So yeah, Bischoff is on his own. Chief Morley looking a wee bit smug. Up next is a handicap match. Is this match?
Well, I think Chief Morley's happy that he doesn't need to go out and get his ass kicked by Austin.
Aye, so that's what it is.
So
Yeah.
Chief Morley's like, fuck.
Relief.
McMahon's done me a favour, but he's kind of shot all over you, Bischoff.
I can't recall right if Edge is injured at this point, but I think this match just would have been better if it was 3-on-3.
I don't. For the simple reason
Yes, I get it. Team angles suck, right? They're nowhere near Brock and Benoit.
yeah, that's even the odds. I thought it was more believable the match should go 50-50 if you take Edge out the match. For me, if it's 3-on-3, then the odds are just so stacked against Team Angle. At least this evened it up a little bit, but Brock and Benoit still won 3-on-2. It was a good match, though. I mean, in terms of your wrestling match, it was the match of the night.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, it ticked all those boxes.
But here, you've got Angle, Benoit in it, and you've got Brock, and
two guys that
are pretty good wrestlers. So, I mean, this was never going to be a bad match.
Never going to be a bad match, but you can't help but feel this is just filler on the road to WrestleMania.
Well, that's exactly what it is. I mean, it is filler, but here...
Yeah, what does Benoit do at Mania next year?
I don't know, but here...
Nothing?
We don't... It's not like we get...
Could have got Here, is Benoit against Taker not more of a Mania fucking worthy match?
I'd say so.
The dead man versus the dead man.
Remember Survivor Series 2007? Undertaker calls out Benoit and says he's going to do things to his family and stuff.
Aye, SmackDown versus Raw.
Aye,
you said Survivor Series.
No, SmackDown versus.
I don't fucking remember that.
Taker calls him out and basically says, like you're not right or
I
something.
I remember the game. Not real life, bro.
Yo, Taker fucking called that to a T.
He did.
How mental's that?
Talking of not right in the heat, Triple H defeated Steiner.
You know what? A lot of people shit on this match, and I'm not going to say it was a good match, but we've watched both of these recently, and while neither match blew me away, I would say both matches were pretty average. People talk about these matches as if they were abysmal.
Because they hate Triple H, well, they hated him then, and Steiner's just a big roid freak, right? See, at the end of the day, this match got...
Yo, was there some awkward spots? Yes, of course there was.
No, but no, I got compromised.
Was Steiner a little bit unbalanced? Of course. But people talk about this match as if it was, like, unfucking watchable.
It's because the ref's Earl Hebner. You've got Steiner getting booed at the building. Hebner's getting booed at the building. Everything that could have went against this match went against this match.
Did Jerry Lawler say Steiner was getting booed at the building because he had an American flag on his tights?
That worked for Hogan, brother. But here, regardless, I mean, Evolution get ejected, and like Triple H hits him with the belt and then hits him with the pedigree, and that's it. 1, 2, 3. It's like, again, does Steiner not have a case? Like, you can't beat me fair and square, sort of thing. Like, how about me against you? Evolution not there.
Evolution is a mystery. The mystery is, can Triple H beat Scott Steiner one-on-one?
Well, we'll never know, because
We'll never know.
Because Scott Steiner's been put to the back of the line. But yeah, I mean, it pretty much is the end of Scott Steiner's WWE career. He is mid-card.
I mean, well, it's not the end of his career, but in terms of in a main event role or being taken as a serious threat or getting a sniffy, a title opportunity,
I just think he would have suited SmackDown so much more.
What makes you say that?
Because SmackDown, it was going into the era of big roided guys. I get it. They're like the wrestlers on SmackDown, but I think Scott Steiner just would have worked more going up against the likes of Angle, Brock, and Taker rather than Triple H. I just think those three can get a much better match out of Steiner.
Plus, Steiner was injured, so it's worth taking that into consideration. He had an issue with his foot and whatnot, so he couldn't bend it properly, and he had trouble balancing and standing. So
fair play.
Probably why he was falling.
Never the
over quite a
best
lot.
worker, apart from when he wasn't on roids. He was all right. He was all right in the Steiner brothers, but anyway.
I like Scott Steiner. I'm not going to say anything bad about him. These matches weren't as bad as people tell you they were.
No.
But I'm not saying they were good. They weren't. But they weren't horrible.
Yeah, like, people make these out to, like, oh, this would, literally, like, they would derail any card. You watch AEW, man, and you will see worse matches than this.
Give me Steiner versus Triple H over Cody versus Solo Sikoa any day of the week.
Any day of the week. It's JR.
Dun, 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 dun. He's back. JR he may have a concussion, but he wouldn't miss this ass whipping for the world, and he wants to see his boss get beat up, and so does half the Raw locker room because they've all gathered up. Even some SmackDown guys as well. They're here to watch Austin beat the shit out of Eric Bischoff.
Yes, beat the shit out of Eric Bischoff. Bischoff's obviously out there, the big pop for Austin. He comes out in the jorts. Doesn't say a word, doesn't even drink beers after the match. Simply just batters Bischoff. The crowd love Austin, right? And you know what? We were kind of debating what match is going to main event. I think this should have main evented. This would have at least sent the fans home happy. Because it ended obviously with Austin winning and celebrating, and the crowd were going ballistic. Bischoff gets buried, a few stunners here. Could he sell his ass for this? Absolutely.
Yeah,
Steiner.
Bischoff selling the stunner better than, let's be honest, most wrestlers.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Austin wins and he leaves here. For me,
JR's commentary was fantastic as well.
It's not match of the night, but for me it is like segment of the night.
It was, well, I mean, it was the thing I enjoyed the most.
Yes.
Am I saying it was a better wrestling match than the 3-on-2? No, but at the same time it wasn't a wrestling match. It was basically just an ass whipping.
No,
but it was a great ass whipping.
Absolutely not. Then we got the Raw.
A little bit disappointed to see no beers though.
Yeah,
are you not allowed beers in Canada? I don't know. Is there some fucking sort of or is Austin retired for drinking? Is he seen a psychiatrist or something like that? Is Austin giving up alcohol? Could Kurt Angle give him a few cartons of milk? I mean, why was there no celebration?
Yeah, we butchered him on his return. But the main event time, we got a big promo package here between The Rock and Hogan. I think it would have been better if this promo package had Bring Me to Life rather than Triple H and Scott Steiner, but it is what it is. As for the match, right, it's fine. It was never going to live up, right? It was never, ever going to live up to Mania 18. You are following the impossible, alright?
It was bang average. I'm sorry to say
Love The Rock's entrance.
I know you love Hogan, but it was bang average. And I'm not blaming Hogan because The Rock was in there as well, but at least at WrestleMania, you're on the grandest stage of them all. You've got a lot more heat there. You've had a proper fucking build-up, a proper rivalry. You're seeing this icon versus icon for the first time ever. And this one was just watered down in every way possible. The feud was like half-assed. Is what it is. Hogan's...
As you said on SmackDown...
Hogan's beef isn't even with The Rock. It's with Vincent Ken McMahon. This was a pit stop to WrestleMania.
Yeah. The referee is Cillian Grenier. So, again, this guy being... I don't get this, right? So, he costs Hogan the match. The Rock wins. McMahon's loving life. Like, the ending shot is almost... Cillian Grenier, that jobber... Grenier. Jobber Frenchman is holding up with the arms of Vince McMahon and The Rock. And that's like a couple of your final shots of No Way Out.
Yeah, then...
Obviously, McMahon rips the suit off. He's wearing the Hogan,
Brother sucks.
Brother sucks. And then, McMahon's looking out of proportion. He's battering Hogan. But I don't think this should have main event. I get it. It's Rock Hogan too, right? It would look weird if it didn't main event. But I think the way it ended with the screw job
I just think Austin, beating Bischoff's ass for 10 minutes would have been the better main event.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably what I would have done as well, but...
It's almost like, oh, we're back in Canada, let's give them a screw job. That's what it felt like to me.
Yeah, it's like the first Rock and Hogan match should have 100% main evented, and it didn't. This one probably shouldn't have, and it did. Yeah, I think they just mixed it up.
Yeah, but, I mean, again, say you put Austin and Bischoff in the main event slot, what's that going to do to Hogan's ego? But I think Hogan at this point's not too bad. We're not talking like
Triple
late 90s.
Triple H's ego's probably fucking
Destroyed.
taking a beating because he's thinking, hold on, I'm the only champion here, I'm the only world champion on the show, and I'm further down the card.
Yeah, but honestly, you look at a star-studded card here, you will struggle to find more names on a show.
Yeah, in terms of name value, man, it was great. It was fantastic, but in terms of the performances, I mean, it just wasn't good. What matches did I think delivered? I think the Austin Bischoff match delivered, and I think the handicap match was pretty good. And I think the opening three were okay, but the main event flopped. It did. The world title match with Triple H Steiner was, mediocre. And the Big Show Undertaker match was the longest match of the night and bored the hell out of me. So, yeah, that's my thoughts, guys. It was okay. It was good. It was a nice theme song. Nice to see Austin back. Lots of top stars, but the show just didn't really deliver for me. And I'm only going to get a 6 out of 10. And I can't believe I'm saying that because, well, maybe it deserves a 7. I don't know. I feel,
I think a 7's too high.
Yeah, I'll get a 6 out of 10. Just maybe if there was one more good match, maybe if The Rock and Hulk Hogan put on a better match, or if Triple H and Steiner put on a better match, I could justify giving it an extra point in the rating. But nah, for me, there was just too much average stuff on it.
There was too much average stuff on it. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Rock and Hogan feud is literally just being... The Rock is a pit stop for the Hogan McMahon feud. And I think when you've got a match like that, it shouldn't main event. It just shouldn't. That's my opinion. Anyway, 6 out of 10.
But at the same time, it's Rock Hogan. I can see why it main evented.
Yeah, it's a tough one, right? You don't really know what's going to happen before you go into it. But do you think Mania 19 will be better?
Oh, absolutely. Has to be.
Has to be. Anyway, guys, leave your thoughts down below, and peace.
Finally, The Rock has come back to Raw. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. We're not quite The Rock, but we're here to review Monday Night Raw. It is the Raw after No Way Out. The road to WrestleMania 19 has officially begun. There's no more major stops there. We've got Raw, SmackDown, Raw. Well, actually, correction, because back when wrestling was good, every TV show felt major, so you didn't need a pay-per-view to give us something good. But we got some good stuff tonight. No doubt about it. The Rock was back, and in my opinion, he cut the best promo since his return.
Absolutely. It was The Rock shows tonight, proving why he's one of the GOATs, man. I thought this whole show pretty much felt like it was centred around The Rock, and he delivered. I think since he came back, it has been a bit weak.
I know, you're the Hamburglar.
I think tonight he went full Hollywood, and it delivered.
Yeah, I think the Hurricane needs a few hamburgers.
Is it just SmackDown?
Maybe the Hurricane needs to have a few hamburgers.
I think he might need to.
The pound zone.
It could it just be that the blue brand sucks, and as soon as you go to Raw and red, you're great.
Move to the music, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, tonight we were moving to The Rock, so let's get into this review. We start with Eric Bischoff. Eric Bischoff comes down walking like he's been absolutely battered. And he kind of was by Stone Cold Steve Austin. I think maybe they've done a little bit too much here with the bandages and the makeup and the bruises. We get it. Austin whipped his ass, but they literally had this like... I don't know. They had it like Eric Bischoff had been like locked in a room with 10 big guys or something.
Run over or something.
Wasn't allowed to come out for a week or something.
He fell for like 40 feet.
Yeah, Austin whooped his ass, but the Bischoff was looking like he was on life support. But he came out, he says that Austin's not here tonight. Fuck Stone Cold. He whooped my ass, so he's not here tonight. And I think Bischoff's going to be looking for some revenge tonight. Is that the case? Possibly. We're getting a big 20-man battle royal where the winner will go on to face Triple H at WrestleMania. We're getting Jerry the King Lawler taking on Chief Morley. We're getting a lot of stuff happening tonight with people who, let's be honest, haven't been very nice to Bischoff in the past few weeks. Well, they might get their comeuppance tonight.
He's being nice to us, so he's given us a 20-man over-the-top battle royal, star-studded. JR even pointed out that Austin was going to be in this match if Bischoff didn't ban him. Imagine this match if Austin was in it.
JR also pointed out it was the first battle royal on Raw since 1995.
Which Owen Hart won.
Now that can't be right.
It is right, because in the Attitude Era, they just didn't do battle royals. The only thing they did was like mini Royal Rumbles. I think the Battle Royal gimmick was definitely more of a Ruthless Aggression thing. Like, I could... How many, like, on their web...
SmackDown,
41-man Battle Royal to determine the new World Heavyweight Champion, like Khali and all that shit.
It's definitely a SmackDown thing more than a Raw thing. But here, I'm not going to complain. 20 of Raw's top guys... Alright, I say 20 Raw tops... About 10 top Raw guys...
No, but see, for all you nerds out there that like Triple H's booking, this is a fucking main event. You know what I mean? Yeah, you've got Jamal in there, you've got Rodney Mack, but you know who you've also got in there? You've got The Rock, you've got Chris Jericho, you've got Booker T, you've got Scott Steiner, you've got Kane,
RVD,
the Hurricane,
Randy Orton, Batista.
Yeah. I mean...
Test, Christian.
Like, half of the match is like bona fide main eventers that will be in their career at some point.
Jethro Hardy, I mean...
Yeah.
Pretty much everybody. But Bischoff said he's got one last thing to announce tonight because screw Austin... He's not the biggest star in wrestling. This guy is. And we get Hollywood Rock. We get the nice intro. And since No Way Out, they've taken away the audio at the beginning.
Awful audio. Can you smell? Can you smell? Can you smell? I mean, where I would get it. Just
right,
get
Rock,
the helicopter.
Stop stuttering. Yeah, so
that's for gold dust.
They've just changed it to where it says is cooking. And that's all you need.
It's so much better, man. The Rock comes out. Says, yeah, did a favour for McMahon, so he said, you know what, you can go wherever you want. Any brand you want. He's like, you know what, I'll show up in Toronto. He says, Toronto all started a year ago when you mother Canucker started booing me and you turned on me and you started cheering for Hogan. And you know, he's like, that wasn't the only thing though. A couple of months ago, I wasn't voted Superstar of the Decade. Austin was. And I'm the biggest thing to hit Canada because the Toronto Maple Leafs suck. And that fucking got him nuclear heat.
People were going mental. Some guy in the front row with a Maple Leafs jersey trying to jump into the ring. And, I mean, why can't you argue this is long-term booking?
Yeah, why can't
I mean, it's probably not, but they've you know what I mean? They've managed to look back.
A lot of Triple H's long-term booking is stuff they've just
plopped
out and realised, oh, wait, we can link that.
Like I am not saying that this is long-term. I don't think it is, but at least that they've actually writ it that way, that The Rock can look back at WrestleMania 18, The Rock can look back at things and he's like, well, here, that's his reasoning for turning.
Yep.
So, you know, this works out. So, yeah, great stuff for The Rock.
He gets met with you sold out chance. He says, I'm going to win that Battle Royal in main event Mania with a world title shot. Well, maybe not main event. Brock's probably got the main event. But anyway, it's The Rock, man. It's the main event. Great way to kick off Raw. The best Raw opening in months.
In a long time.
In a long, long time. But then you come crashing down to earth with a Jacqueline versus Jazz match.
Yeah, I mean, it was going to be tough to follow up The Rock, but this probably wasn't the way to do it.
Yeah, Victoria, Stevie Richards on commentary. It's just a weird match, isn't it? I mean, Trish returns in Toronto, so that's what I will say. Yeah, it's a bit of a jobber match, but they gave the crowd something to cheer about because it's Toronto Trish.
Yeah, the crowd got what they wanted. Trish Stratus and Jazz brawling. What we're going to get at Mania, maybe a triple threat match or something, who knows. But then we move on backstage. We got Test and Maven. Test is showing Maven footage of Girls Gone Wild, GGW, and it was basically Test in some sort of like camper van, some RV with a lot of women, and they were basically showing their breasts, and whoever had the nicest ones won this competition. And then he starts partying, and you just see Test partying with all these women at a nightclub, and Maven's looking on jealous. Maven's like, fuck, I wish I had that life. And Stacey's okay with it. And Test's like, well, at first she didn't know what it was, but who cares? She's the one that set it up. And then Stacey walks in, and Test is trying to grab the remote, reaching for the remote in desperation here. But I thought it was a good wee segment. We can see Test is, loving life or whatever. He's beginning to think that... We did hear him call Stacey's idea stupid, though, so there's like hints of potentially a heel turn coming in there. Chief Morley comes in, though, And he says that these two are basically going to have to pay for what they've been doing. They were laughing at Bischoff at No Way Out, but tonight Bischoff will be laughing at them because they'll be taking on Jericho and Christian. Stacey obviously not happy about this. Tess says, don't worry, nothing's going to happen to you. And then JR and King kind of give Tess a little bit of shit because they say there's no way that he can't say that because of what happened last month. Well, what's he supposed to say? Is he supposed to say, oh, damn, Stacey, you might get hit with an odd chair tonight, you know, like...
Yeah, what is he supposed to say? What we'll say is we're going to get the world's longest Walls of Jericho that I've ever seen. It just went on and on and on and on. WrestleMania, Goldust up next. Interview with JR. With this injury, he told JR, you either die or you live.
Live. I'm coming back. WrestleMania. And JR's looking at Goldust and he's like, hey, Goldie, I don't think you're okay.
You know how this looks.
Goldust is like, I've never been okay, JR. But Goldust says...
What will execute you today?
That Orton and Batista, they will never forget the name Goldust. And I thought this was...
Good.
I tell you what, this has been a great start to Raw. Obviously, the opening segment was great. Bischoff coming out looking like he'd been absolutely ran over. The Rock coming out. All right, didn't really care for Jazz versus Jacqueline, but I mean, it ended with Trish Stratus, the Canadian hero, coming back after a couple of weeks, so that was good. The Test, Stacey Keibler, the video thing with Maven, that looked good. Sean Morley getting heat, making that match with Stacey against Jericho and Christian, that's good. This was great as well. I mean, we're not even that far into Raw, and it's been just great shit after great shit.
Yeah, great shit after great shit. Out comes Lance Storm and Regal. Regal is concussed from last night. He'll probably be giving that tag team belt over to Sean Morley. But tonight, Kane defeats Lance Storm. Says what it is on the tin. It's alright.
Yeah, it was alright. You feel like Kane and RVD's relationship, though, isn't exactly there. Could be.
Yeah, there could be trouble in paradise.
It's a little bit strained.
A little bit strained. Batista and Randy Orton are backstage. Orton is wearing the worst pants I've ever seen. They're talking about Austin's return. Oh, it's not a big deal. Tonight, though, it's the real deal because 99.5% or whatever Orton is ready to compete tonight. He's ready. He's
99%. Ready. The elbow's back.
Ric Flair then comes in. He's like, you know what? Let's show the world what you're capable of. Let's show the world what Evolution are capable of. We then have Steiner and Booker T against Batista and Orton. Good match. You know what? It's the second week in a row we've seen. I mean, it's weird, right? Orton replaces Triple H, and honestly, I'd say this match was just as good, if not better. And I don't think that's a good look for Triple H. I mean, Orton and Batista are green.
Yeah, but I tell you what, though. I mean, they do feel like stars already.
They do. Evolution. They've done a great job here. Booker wins with the roll up. Booker pinned Triple H last week. He's pinned another member of Evolution tonight. And dare I say, he might win the Battle Royal.
Yeah, but by today's standards, they would have just kept Batista and Randy Orton down in OVW for another 3 years. Then bring them up and have them trade 50-50 losses for about 5 years on the main roster on the mid-card. What's that? How do we get Randy Orton over? We'll have him... He'll have a best-of-7 series matches against Maven and Al Snow. That's how you do it.
That's how it'll go down.
I mean, Batista, Randy Orton coming in... Yeah, they experimented with Batista. They found out the Devon thing wasn't working. And, probably Reverend Devon be getting scraps, the best thing that's ever happened to Batista. They move him to Raw. Gets paired with Triple H, Flair, Orton. And already, Orton and Batista, for me, feel like way bigger stars than Ric Flair at this point.
Yeah.
Ric Flair just seems like he's hanging around. He's a sympathy folk. Yeah, he's the old guy who used to be good. We'll let him hang around with us.
Yeah, he's hanging around. But Tess, Stacey, Jericho, Christian up next. I thought the match was alright. He gets handcuffed. They win by DQ. Then
Jericho working like an arsehole the entire match.
Yeah.
He came round the apron and pulled Stacey off the rope, and she fucking bashed her head off the ring apron. So Jericho, entire way getting heat. Tess getting smashed with a chair, handcuffed, and then Jericho locks in the Walls of Jericho. I mean, it was in a long, long time. I think it was probably in too long. But, Stacey was selling it, so it's not like she was just, laying there and making the move look ineffective. But at the same time, it's I don't know, it was in too long.
What didn't work for me is Jeff Hardy tries to make the save, gets in the ring,
And Christian just punches him right in the... That's it. That is it.
Yeah, Christian with
This
a punch.
is the weakest save I've ever seen by a wrestler, right? Maybe in the past we've seen like a family member of someone who doesn't compete try and break something up and they get battered by a punch, right? But see, in terms of an active wrestler, you will not get a worse save than this. This is like running out of fucking ink ribbons on Resident Evil. For Jeff Hardy, I don't know what was going on.
No, it's one of the worst saves I've seen, like.
Yeah, no, it is. He just gets down, looks like he's about to break it up. Christian just batters him, and then Shawn Michaels has to make the save.
I mean, I've seen like Spike Dudley and Tajiri make better saves against Austin
Yeah.
than Jeff made against Christian. And let's not pretend that Christian's booked like the fucking
The Rock.
Undertaker or something like that. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, Shawn Michaels came out and then he managed to stave Stacey. But yeah, really good segment as well. And Tess looking pretty pissed off. Stacey in the walls of Jericho. Jericho looking like an arsehole right now. Big heel on Raw. Jericho, I think's improved a lot over the past like month and a bit. Probably the last couple of months, because for a while on Raw, especially the brand split, even on SmackDown, he was just kind of there.
Yeah.
But I feel like Jericho's upped his game.
He has upped his game. Nowinski comes out, says, Jeff Hardy, you're a jobber.
You're a failure.
You're a failure. What
If
are
you're
you
more
doing?
like Matt, if you had some attitude, you might be alright. Jeff's not got attitude, but he's got attitude. He attacked Nowinski, beats him in about 30 seconds, but then he decides to attack Nowinski after the match, and the referee changes his decision in Nowinski's favour. So Jeff Hardy just cannot buy a win, apart from that one he got when he teamed up with Shawn Michaels. But if you team up with Shawn Michaels, you'll win most matches. So
You notice the way, though, they only do that if it's the heel on the receiving end of the beatdown. They would never reverse the decision if the heel is beating up the face. Not a chance, but Jeff...
they've done it a few times.
I can't think of one.
And I'm pretty sure they have. I can't think of one off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure they've done it like with monster heels before they've reversed the decision, and you know they
Well, maybe they have, but Jeff needed this win. And he didn't get it.
He got it for like 30 seconds.
For 30 seconds. Kane and RVD are backstage. Kane's pissed. The Rock. He walked in, now he's getting another title shot.
The Rock of Jabroni.
Raw, he thinks he owns it. The Rock of Jabroni. What's going on here? Kane says, I'm going to go on and win the world title at Mania. RVD's like, no, I can agree with everything, but I'm going to be the man. Up next.
RVD just letting Kane talk, really. Not really. He's not really not feeling it, dude. You let me down, dude.
What I'm feeling, though, is The Rock and the Hurricane, the beginning of their great wee month story here. The Rock just...
Again, doesn't need to last 6 months, doesn't need to be dragged out, you know, in and out, over and done, quickly done, boom.
You used to be loved by the millions and millions. Now you trash the people. What's up with that?
Yeah, so we had The Rock on the phone, again with another mystery. I don't know why the Rock always talking to some woman, it's just not there. I don't really like that aspect, but he talks about Stone Cold Steve Austin, he talks about all these Canadians, he's got his guitar there, but Hurricane questions him, he's like, you know, you trash the people, what up with that? Rock asks, who in the green hell are you? And then he calls him the Hamburglar. So yeah, Hamburglar. But
Shouldn't you be down at McDonald's making burgers? Hurricane?
yeah, but Rock then says he knows who you are. You're the resident superhero, but you ain't nothing. You're the Hurricane and you ain't nothing. Rock says Superman and Batman can whip that ass any day. Hurricane says though he knows there's one superhero he can beat, and that's the Scorpion King. And The Rock didn't take this very well. Rock got upset here.
It was CGI.
Rock claiming that the Scorpion King could never get beat up and that the Scorpion King would defeat Hurricane, but Hurricane's like, he's going to throw the Scorpion King's ass over the top rope.
Can you fly?
Just like Brandon Fraser.
Brandon Fraser whipped The Rock's ass in the Scorpion King. The worst CGI you'll ever see. Can you fly, Rock? Well, you're going to fly when I throw your ass over the top rope in the Battle Royale. Perfect segment, honestly. You couldn't really change anything to make it better. Well, maybe the phone call at the beginning, but I guess you need Rock to be like obnoxious and on the phone talking. It would make no sense if he was talking to himself, even though that's exactly what he's doing. But anyway, no DQ match. Jerry the King Lawler against Chief Morley. He wins. The Dudleys helped him. A fun enough match. The King never loses these matches, doesn't he not?
No, not really.
He pretty much wins every single one. Ric Flair then tells Batista and Orton to make the champ proud. Orton says, I want Booker T to myself. Triple H not on tonight's show. Where is he?
Yep, where is Triple H? Where's he hiding? Where is he? Nobody out. Is he injured? Is he taking the night off? Possibly. Ric Flair, though, gives him the pep talk. We don't know why Randy wants Booker T to himself. Guess because Booker T beat him earlier in the night.
Well, that's it, but
You know, we'll see. Will Randy Orton get his revenge? We'll find out. 20-man Battle Royal.
So let's run through the names. Jericho, Christian, Tess, Rosie, Jamal, RVD, Kane, Maven, Jeff Hardy, Dreamer, Richards, Hurricane, Al Snow, Rodney Mack, Lance Storm, Booker T, Steiner, Batista, Randy Orton, and The Rock. A lot of ECW guys in there.
EC Dub.
I mean,
EC Dub.
who have you got on Raw that could be in here that's not in here? Michaels,
Nowinski.
Flair. I mean, I guess why they could have put Flair in it because like they want the Evolution to win to obviously make it easier for Triple H. Like you put Flair, Michaels in here, Austin, and take out Rosie Jamal and Rodney Mack, and you've got a pretty good fucking match.
Now, I reckon Batista and Randy Orton didn't get very far to the end because I don't even think they wanted to flirt with the idea of possibly one of them winning.
Aye, yeah.
Which I think was smart because when watching it, I thought, God damn, Randy Orton and Batista have just been eliminated like jobbers there. But when you think about it, it's like
Evolution's 2 weeks old.
Yeah, the last thing they want to do is tease an inner battle potentially between one of them. You don't want one of them challenging Triple H like 2 weeks into the faction. So I mean that made sense. Jericho threw himself over the top rope to get away from Test. Test coming down really angry again. That made sense because why the fuck would Test come down and stand in the ring waiting for the Rock's music? Why wouldn't he go straight after Jericho?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, Rock comes down, starts laying the SmackDown. We get people going out. Bodies are flying. Bodies are dropping.
Rock eliminates the Hurricane.
Yeah, Hurricane couldn't make the Rock fly, and I guess tonight the Rock was Brandon Fraser.
Yeah, the Rock
that makes Hurricane the Scorpion King.
The Scorpion King. The Rock then runs up the ramp. I'm too smart for this. He starts doing commentary with JR and the King. One of the few times probably like the last time we've ever heard the Rock do commentary, if we're being honest.
The Rock blew helms away like a hurricane.
Like a hurricane. Kane eliminates Rosie. He eliminates Lance Storm. He hits Booker T with a choke slam.
Kane's on a roll here, man. He's picking things up.
So was Christian. Christian made it to the
Final four.
Christian's attire though doesn't work though. He needs the plain tights and the short hair for me at this stage.
Down. Well, I think he'll have that pretty soon.
He will have that soon, but Kane, Christian, Booker T, Rock, final four. Rock jumps in, he eliminates Kane and Christian. It's down to the final two, and Booker T beats him clean.
Yeah, Booker T just gets up and lays the SmackDown. I thought we were going to see a spinneroonie for the Rock.
Aye, maybe like he throws him out that way.
But we didn't get that, which was kind of disappointing because I wanted to see it. But anyway, Booker T throws out the Rock. The Rock lands on the outside. The Rock kind of sarcastically claps Booker T. I don't think he meant it. It was like kind of, all right, you got one over me this time. Maybe Booker T's Brandon Fraser.
I mean, I've no issues with Booker T winning, right? Because Booker T Triple H makes more sense than Rock Triple H. But maybe we could incorporate it like... I mean, if Austin was there, imagine if Austin came out and cost Rock the win. I think that would have been just like the icing on the cake for this Raw. But Booker T won clean. Not going to complain too much about it. I'm going to give this show.
True, but why would Austin really care about The Rock at this point? The Rock's got an issue with Austin. Austin doesn't really have an issue with The Rock. I guess
because The Rock's been calling him out and saying, "Oh, you took your ball and went home like 6 months ago." I don't like Austin. He's a chicken shit. That's why he's not here tonight.
There you go. Long-term booking, I guess.
Long-term booking.
Anyway, show rating, great. I have no complaints. I'm going to give this Raw a 9. I thought it was top-notch Raw. One of the best Raws in a long, long time. And yeah, hopefully every Raw like this on the road to WrestleMania can deliver. Because this one for me certainly did.
Yeah, it's a 9 out of 10. Next week you've got the return of Austin. Factor him in with The Rock. Triple H will probably be back on the show.
Could we see a 10?
Could be Vince McMahon as well. Here, I'm looking for... This is a proper road to wrestling. That's a main event. That is what would get you to stay up to 4 a.m. in the UK.
That's the kind of match that you need.
Yeah, it is. Not today's fuck. Oh, Jey Uso against Sami Zayn for the IC title. 2 out of 10 falls match. Falling asleep, man. Anyway, 9 out of 10. Till next time. Peace.
SmackDown used to be the show of The Rock, but now it's just the show of rematches as once again we get Brock Lesnar versus a variation, a Team Angle. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling for your SmackDown review for the 27th of February 2003. We're on the way to WrestleMania. No Way Out is in the past, but apparently not tonight, because McMahon wants to show pretty much the entire ending of the Hulk Hogan Rock match. Now, I get it. McMahon screwed Hulk Hogan. Back then, it was very, 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 very rare for them to show any footage from a pay-per-view that was actual video and not stills. But at the same time, it was like, if you've already seen the pay-per-view, which I imagine most people have, you're sitting there awkwardly for 10, 11, 12 minutes throughout the show watching something that you've already seen that, to be honest, wasn't that great in the first place.
It wasn't that great in the first place. It wasn't like a 10-second or a 30-second recap. You're right. It was literally from when Rock hit the rock bottom up until McMahon went off the air and no way out. That was what you got. But for me, that wasn't the biggest problem with tonight. We'll get to the problems. Well, we've already kind of addressed the problems. It's Rematch City. Raw feels fresh, right? They've got The Rock, and it's almost like as soon as The Rock jumped ship to Raw, he's like iconic Hollywood Rock. On SmackDown, he was like weird tweener face Rock. I didn't dig it, but anyway, let's begin with Vince McMahon. Immediately, he depresses us. He says The Rock will not be here tonight. He's not a Raw guy. And Hulk Hogan will not be here tonight because he's made up some pathetic excuse. It's a family emergency. He's a card. I tell you what, like, this makes Hogan look weak. It does. It's almost like breaking kayfabe, but it's not. I'm going to assume Hogan did have some form of emergency, or he just couldn't be arsed turning up and McMahon's used this excuse.
McMahon burying his son, Nicholas.
That's his goddamn name, Nicholas.
McMahon says Hulkamania is dead. Tonight there's a new mania, McMahonamania. And then he puts over the fact that we're going to see... But you know, it's just nothing new. This reminded me very much of current wrestling, like where they show stuff that you've already seen and you're supposed to be impressed. That doesn't really do anything for me. See, if you're going to show something that happened previously, it needs to be a short version, an edited version. I'm sitting here through 12 minutes of this thinking, we just watched this at the pay-per-view. We know what happened. So
Yeah.
what's the point?
Well, yeah, I mean, I get it. That was later on in the show.
It's not like, I know, but it's not like end of the year where they're like, oh, here, best matches of the year, and you're like, oh, I remember that match. They're literally showing us something from 4 days ago that wasn't great. But anyway, let's move in to the next match. Funaki and Tori Wilson versus Jamie Noble and Nydia. I mean, it wasn't great, but it is what it is.
It's a fun enough match, right? It's not there for the technicality. It's there for the eye candy. And the faces win. Tori Schoolgirls and Nydia for the victory. 1, 2, 3. Good night.
Good night.
Can't complain.
It's all over.
I'd rather this than a fucking 20-minute Andrade Carmelo Hayes match. I'll tell you that for free.
Absolutely, right. Stephanie McMahon then comes out after the match. She teases the whole Hugh Hefner thing. Taz seems adamant that Stephanie's going to be in it for whatever reason. Stephanie then congratulates herself, but not because she's in it, because she has secured the right for Tori Wilson or whatever. So Tori Wilson celebrates. I guess Dawn Marie and Nydia are not happy.
Obviously, though, in recent years, Tori Wilson's come out and said she didn't want any of this. She was forced to do it. I didn't want to do it. I felt like I had to do it.
You know what? I'm calling bullshit. And Tori Wilson should be woman enough to, not...
Woman enough.
Because here's you tell me there's nobody in this roster that wanted that gig. I'm not saying that Tori Wilson wasn't one of WWE's top picks or McMahon's top picks, but are you telling me that if she didn't want to do it, they wouldn't have been like, well, fuck you, we'll give it to somebody who does?
Well, that's it, exactly. So, it's alright speaking hindsight, 20 years later, but well, come on, a spade's a spade. Tori accepted.
I'm sure at the time she was loving it and what it did for her career and the publicity and the money she'd have been getting from it. But, it's easier to say in 20 years' time, I didn't really want to do that. But for me, that's cheap. See, if you didn't want to do it, you just don't do it at the time.
Yeah, and it's just all the bra and panty matches. It's like, yeah, you could agree not to do it. Because at the end, she can say what she wants, right? Yeah, she's not renowned for her wrestling ability. Well, you know what? You can actually perform. You can attempt to be better in the ring. I mean, not every... I know this era gets renowned for bra and panties and the sexualisation of women, but not every woman does it. I don't see Jazz doing it.
Molly Holly.
Yeah, Molly Holly's gimmick was literally the opposite.
Yep, so, we have that. Then backstage, Tori's thanking Stephanie. Brian Kendrick appears. He apologises for streaking. He wants a chance to earn a contract. Stephanie says, if you can last 5 minutes tonight with Kurt Angle, you'll get a contract. Seems easy. Well, not easy, but seems doable. Doesn't need to beat Kurt, just needs to last 5 minutes.
He gets run away.
for 5 minutes. I get, well, actually we get counted out, but yeah, all he's got to do is survive. He doesn't need to win. It's fair enough.
Up next, Eddie Guerrero with Chavo taking on Nunzio with Palumbo and Stamboli. Eddie cheats to win. Palumbo and Stamboli jump in afterwards, attack Eddie. Chavo joins in. Rikishi comes down to even up the odds. 3-on-3. Are we getting a big 6-man tag next week? Who knows?
3-on-3, couldn't give a fuck. I'm sorry. I'm liking the vignettes that they've been doing with the Guerreros recently, even though I'm pretty sure it was one, but
One.
the FBI, it feels flat already, and Rikishi's arse is going to make it even flatter.
Stephanie and Paul Heyman are backstage. Steph says that Paul Heyman has named a stipulation for tonight's match. If Brock wins, he gets to wrestle any member of Team Angle next week in a steel cage. Heyman protests. He says this isn't fair. Stephanie says, life's not fair, get out. We then get Brock and Benoit backstage. Brock says that Team Angle took out Edge. Edge is going to be out for a year. Says that Benoit needs to watch his back. Benoit's like, ha ha ha. Don't worry, Brock. I got friends.
I'm the man that people have to watch their backs from, brother. He then opens a door and tells somebody that he'll meet him in the ring. Who will it be? Could this mystery man have been the partner at No Way Out? No, they saved it for Thursday, and you know what? I don't blame them because there wasn't much else happening on this show to redeem it, and I think somebody by the name of Rhino might have half redeemed it.
Possibly. Interview then backstage. Josh Matthews and Matt Hardy, Shannon Moore. Matt talks about winning the Cruiserweight title. Says that Edge's injury is unfortunate, but if he was a Mattitude follower, then he'd be alright. He wouldn't have suffered that twist of fate.
Maybe he was a Mattitude follower, he wouldn't have cheated on Lita with him.
That's very true. Very, very true. Tag match up next. Matt Hardy and Shannon Moore versus Christian and the returning Rhino. Rhino beats Matt Hardy with a gore. And it's like, I mean, I'm not against it, but Matt Hardy just won the fucking belt. But then again, I think that's why wrestling was good. It was unpredictable, you know what I mean? You didn't really know what was going to happen. It's not like everybody was protected.
Yeah.
Like nowadays, you can fucking pretty much read it like a book what's going to happen.
No, it does, and this answers a lot of questions. We were wondering where Rhino was. He got fired back in 2001. Obviously, that was kayfabe though, but I was wondering where was he. But it turns out he was out with the same injury that Benoit had in 2001. 16 months on the shelf. It's a long time.
Yep. Up next, I mean, this segment felt like a long time. Taker comes out, wants to speak to A-Train. A-Train then comes out with Paul Heyman. The match gets made for next week, even though we already seen it a couple weeks ago, and Taker beat him, so it's not like it's fresh, but whatever. Paul Heyman says that Undertaker used an illegal chokehold to beat Big Show. He couldn't have beat him without the illegal chokehold. Says he'll not be using that move against the A-Train. Then the A-Train and Big Show attack Undertaker 2-on-1. But don't worry, there's help for Undertaker. Nathan Jones comes down, pushes Big Show off the apron, then does about 4 or 5 roundhouse kicks, misses every single one of them, and A-Train's like, fuck this, and just leaves the ring. Weird save there for Nathan Jones.
It was weird. I tell you what, I've got
Spamming it, he's just spamming that.
spamming the
roundhouse.
buttons on. He's spamming the triggers on the PS2 controller. Here comes the pain. I've got to be honest with Paul Heyman. I thought the guy just got stale, and like under Brock in like the 2010s. He sucks in 2003 right now.
I still think Heyman's best work was as a commentator.
No, see in 2001, right? I would rate Heyman 10 out of 10. Thought his commentary was phenomenal, and I thought when he was in the ring, putting over the Alliance or in backstage segments with ECW, etc., Austin, honestly, I think he was faultless in 2001. Even his exit for the company was brilliant, where he got carried out and the King came back. 2002, I thought he was pretty good. Some weird storylines in there. But once it hit Survivor Series, I think this guy's went off a cliff. And is it any surprise when you're partnering with fucking A-Train in the Big Show, in Team Angle, without Kurt Angle, you fucking die?
It just doesn't seem like a good pairing. Paul Heyman and Team Angle just seems weird.
Yeah,
If Paul,
if he just teams with Kurt, I think they both got comedic tendencies, but Team Angle's fucking boring.
but it was like he says that Paul Heyman and Angle are both on his team, and now he's got A-Train. So why is he not using Big Show and A-Train to help Angle against Brock?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It doesn't make any sense to me. It's like it's separate. It's like Heyman's in separate feuds against Taker and Brock, but he won't join his, pieces of the puzzle together.
How about this for a match? Why can't we get Brock, Rhino, Benoit, Taker, whoever else against
A-Train,
Nathan Jones.
Kurt Angle, the rest of Team Angle, and Big Show. Aye, Nathan Jones, 5-on-5 match. Steel cage, special SmackDown main event.
Why not?
Why not? I'll tell you why not. Because it sucks. It's not that good.
Then we got John Cena cutting a promo and Brock Lesnar, a rap promo.
Wee bit too long for me.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. 5-minute challenge, Brian Kendrick versus Kurt Angle. I mean, it was decent. Kurt Angle beats him with 2 minutes to go after hitting the Angle slam. He then puts him over afterwards. He's like, yeah, kid, you done pretty well there. You know, you put up a decent fight. You've got heart. You're not going to make it in the business, but I appreciate the heart. And then he basically used Brian Kendrick as a mini Brock Lesnar and beat him up and hit an F5, saying to Brock, this is what you're going to get at WrestleMania. Then Sylvain Grenier came out. They showed the footage from No Way Out. We've seen exclusive footage of Hogan afterwards where he was backstage looking for McMahon. Just a waste of 15 minutes here, let's be honest.
Well, no, let's be honest, right? What are they doing sending this guy out by himself? Why is he getting the rub
McMahon's there?
of showing the fucking VHS tape?
When McMahon's there?
Yeah, why not have McMahon and him out there? See when Tony Chimel has to the man that helped Vince McMahon screw Hulk Hogan last night against The Rock, Sylvain Grenier. And he comes out, man's half speaking in French, half speaking in English. Oui, sacre bleu, shit, is what it was. Then we get our main event, Brock against Team Angle. You know, you just get constant interfering. I mean, there were some funny things where you've got Angle running and Heyman running, but Brock wins. Oh, shocker, Uno. It's so obvious he was going to pick Kurt. I actually realised by the end, oh wait, he's going to pick Heyman, but by the time I realised, he literally said Heyman.
I called it.
Yeah, so we called it here.
But then again, is Paul Heyman really part of Team Angle?
Well, he fucking claims to be. So technically, A-Train and Big Show are part of Team Angle, Team Agent Angle. Oh, we all got the same agent.
Brock Lesnar points up the ramp and he's like, I pick you. Angle's like, oh shit. And then he's like, Paul Heyman. And then you just see Angle's face, this big, massive, cheesy smiler. And he's like, get in. It's not me. Angle backs off up the ramp. And Paul Heyman's just standing there frozen while Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin walk up defeated. Next week, Paul Heyman, Brock Lesnar, steel cage, match on SmackDown. But again, like, why don't we see Big Show and A-Train get involved since they're also Paul Heyman guys? Wouldn't Paul Heyman be getting those guys involved to help him out?
Well, exactly. I think it's a pretty decent ending to SmackDown. It's going to be him against Heyman and Angle laughing about it and smirking away, but I don't think it was a good show. I'll give it a 4 out of 10. I thought it was pretty flat. Considering Raw was like a 9 out of 10, thought it was pretty damn near perfect.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it towards the end. But then again, I think the Angle Brian Kendrick stuff was good, but in the middle of that, you had to repeat the fucking the No Way Out rewind, and that kind of just, I mean, that kind of did, in my opinion, just dampen the show. I'll get a 5 out of 10.
4.5 out of 10. I just hope SmackDown can get better, but can it? I mean, what's really left for SmackDown on the road to WrestleMania? I think if you get more McMahon Hogan interaction, I mean, can that really carry SmackDown up to like the promised land of a 9 out of 10? I just don't think it can. We've seen Angle and Team Angle and Lesnar and Taker and A-Train and Big Show. It's just fucking, I'm sick of it. Honestly, I'm sick of it. Anyway, 4.5 out of 10. Peace.
And yeah, folks, that is it for our February retrospective. That was a lot of fun, man. All crammed into one. And yeah, up next, I don't know when I'll get around to doing it, but it will be March. But 2003, not a bad year. I mean, Austin, Rock, Hogan, Brock, Michaels, Taker. I mean, need I go on? What a year, man. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your day. Till next time. Peace.